Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll20 presents Tomb of Annihilation. It's good to be back. We're sans le Dave, which is why there's a lovely picture of Malik down in the corner there, and not Dave's usual lovely ridiculous face. So we're gonna be out one Dave, which is interesting because his character might end up getting thrown off of a cliff today.
Yeah,
but you know what? That's okay. That's on him. We'll when we come back. We may have a whole new Dave. We'll see. The three of you have some terror folk to deal with first.
a whole new day.
I'm just gonna here. How do I get rid of Elf? Which one is Elf?
No,
You're fired. You're fired from the show. Nope, that was it. All right, never mind. I can't figure out how to do it. I guess you can stay. You can stay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you can stay because I don't know how to get rid of you. So
We
how
can
is
also
everybody?
we can also do the whole starting of a brand new Dave.
Oh, God, you're making it worse. It's not. You're not making it better.
All right.
I mean, you are the one that said a brand new Dave.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it as a joke. I was just. You know what? All right, we're all terrible. We're all terrible. It's fine.
I am not terrible.
Yeah, don't paint me with the same brush.
Yeah.
Okay, don't look at me.
Hi, friends.
I don't know who you're looking at.
Hello.
I'm looking at all of you. I see
You're just
you.
looking at the camera.
I'm hyped to be back.
Me
I feel
too.
like we haven't D&D'd for a while, and like I want to get my rolling D20s on and stabbing of Terrafolk on.
Mhm. Yeah, these nasty
my
terrfolk, they need to get what's coming to them.
Also, I haven't been able to do this for a while, so it's
Every time I've spoken to you between episodes, I've been like, come on, I miss the voice. So yeah, so we're gonna be down our human sorcerer. We're down our human sorcerer today, but we still have a kobold fighter, and we have a Furbolg barbarian, and we have a Triton cleric. So I think we'll be okay. And we have we have a cowardly lion several stories down.
Monster Party.
Yeah, monster party. Yeah, the only
Cowardly lion.
Yeah, like the cowardly lion. You know, she doesn't have
Azaka.
courage. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
No courage.
No courage to be had. But we do have some giant dinosaur men. So if you like giant pterosaur men who are here to rip it up, you're in the right place.
who are here to rip it up. Yeah.
Right. And by it, I mean your flesh, not the dance floor. So we're this is episode number 6, and we're going 4 hours today. Today is the very first of the longer episodes. So we're gonna go for an extra hour this session. And I hope that if you stay tuned through the whole thing, you'll stick around afterwards. The Extra Life Wizards Extra Life charity stream stuff is going on. It's the beginning of the live stream for that. So I'll tell you a little bit more about it at the end of the show. But for now, ripping and tearing.
Does one of these guys have giant guts?
Yeah, I hope. You're the ones that have giant guts. So let's take a look at how that's gonna go. So we're partway into Les Arts de Combat.
Les Arts de Combat, really?
Yep. And and so here we are. This is where we're at. So most of the way up the mighty stone spire of Firefinger, the torch, one of the last remaining of the elder torches of Chult, a mighty magical flame burning atop its spire. Our brave PCs have been clambering up its sides and guts on their way to the top to retrieve a wooden mask in exchange for the services of their guide, Azaka Stormfang. Now, Azaka, partway up, became afeared of the climb. She has a deep and dreadful fear of heights, and so was unable to be convinced to climb. So combat broke out partway up between the terrafolk that dwell in this spire and our beleaguered players.
So may I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
So it sounds like there's some lore here about these torches of Chult.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that any of the characters would necessarily know, except for maybe Malik, who's currently unconscious under a terrafolk. But the Firefinger is the flame is magical, and there used to be many more of them throughout the jungle, but the spell plague rendered most of them non-functional.
These mysterious, relics of a bygone age where someone lit a bunch of fires.
Yeah.
Cool.
Someone lit a bunch of fires.
As they do in the bygone age. The bygone age had many a flame. Fire was all over the place. So there are two adult terrafolk clamoring to get at you. And then there is a larger member of the terrafolk with a big old scar on him who seems to be the boss terrafolk. Now Malik went down and is pinned beneath this terrafolk, but thankfully Malik's brave protector, Little Fox, stands hammer at the ready with 9 more rounds of rage for this terrafolk, and you have the advantage of being not advantage with a capital A, but advantage with the lowercase narrative A. The advantage of being jammed in the corner here. So like this terrafolk is the only terrafolk that can get at you. You don't have a pile of them all slashing at you all at once. So I think that this fight might still be winnable if I were to offer my thoughts.
I agree, certainly. But we've said this before at the beginning of shows. I seem to remember some other D&D shows where Adam said, "Oh yeah, this fight will be fine," and then we all died.
Don't listen to me. Don't use this for
this
for tactical information. I'm just saying I believe in you because you're my friends and I know you're good at Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, thank you.
So Dave has mentioned that he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't care, but he's okay with whatever happens. He's happy to make a new character if his character dies. He's happy to continue with Malik. I have some thoughts about what we'll do if Malik survives the battle. But let's get to that when we get to it. Let's not count our terrafolk before they've hatched.
Oh God, not more aren't gonna hatch, are they?
Arcturus, it is your turn. You are standing with Little Fox directly ahead of you, and then right behind that, cowering or readying themselves to fight, whichever, depending on your opinion.
Crossbow between legs.
Ishi Snaggletooth, and then you have your back to a pile of dead terrafolk.
Yeah,
It's a small mountain of dead
much
terrafolk.
hammered and pulped dead terrafolk.
There's like
Little Fox pushed back into the cave.
yeah, Tetsuo style, like dripping from the ceiling. But Arcturus, it is your turn.
Yeah, I have a question.
Heck
Do
yeah.
we have a healing potion still, or have we used that?
I have a healing potion.
She has a healing potion. Yes.
And is the terrafolk that is standing on top of Malik, do they look like they have, are there any like bloody messes on them, or are they?
That one has been injured. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's actually not. I'm going to take off his flight icon because he's actually like perched on the edge.
And that's not the one with the big scar.
No, the big scar one is this guy here.
Okay. And that one is also hanging out on the cliff.
That one's flying. These two are flying at this farther terrafolk is flying at 40 feet above you.
Right.
This one here is at eye level, more or less, like trying to get in.
It's like just alighting.
Yeah,
upon-
he's basically standing by.
Okay.
Terrafolk leader standing by.
That's right, green one standing by.
So
Does that make you the exhaust port of the Death Star?
Yes.
I guess it does. All right, cool. Okay.
Friggin' Porkins terrafolk.
So there is a thing that I can do. And like it depends. You're raging though, so you want to attack them, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
I need to continually hit
them.
or be hit by things in order to maintain my rage.
okay. In which case, I think that I am going to guiding bolt the terrafolk. So then you'll have advantage on your next thing, and that one will just probably die forever.
Hopefully mush it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to guiding bolt the one directly in front of you, the one that's currently being engaged.
Yeah, the one that is the big fat.
Oh
mean-
yeah, 21 will definitely do it. Yeah.
Okay. And that's at level 1. 15 radiant damage.
Fantastic. A sound hit. We've seen your radiant guiding bolt attack before, right?
Guiding bolt is like the god ray from the bottom of the ocean, like where it's got like those little weird like water I don't know what that effect is called. The
refraction of
the
light on
refraction.
the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, unlike the peaceful refraction of the sun through the ocean, this hurts real bad.
Yes.
And the Terrafolk squalls in pain as the searing light of the oceanic sun burns it.
And then next attack has advantage.
Yes, yeah, and it's illuminated by these patterns of blue-green light, setting it up as a
Yeah, I
fine
imagine
strike.
them like hanging around it, sort of thing. It's like weird.
Now remember too, Little Fox and Arcturus, you have bless. Don't forget
Yes.
that's still
Oh,
going.
so it's
What
an
does
attack
this
roll or
do?
saving throw. You can add a D4,
That's right.
Okay, cool.
and you can always add that D4 until I have
So-
to make a concentration.
So
Continually every round.
the only Terrafolk that can make an attack right now is the one that is jammed up, that just got radiant damage. So it's going to make some attacks on Little Fox. It gets to make 1 bite and 2 claw attacks. But I think because it's got Malik pinned down, it's going to have to use like 1 bite and 1 claw. Because they have wings, and the
it's
claw attacks are
maintaining
its
the
feet.
grapple
Yeah, it's
on
going to
him.
maintain the grapple. And, yeah. So here comes the bite, which is a hit. This damage is halved, right? Because you're raging.
Yeah, because I'm raging, so,
So you take
4.
8, which is reduced to 4. And then the second one is a claw attack, which is also a hit, but only for 1.
Which gets reduced to half.
It's 3 reduced to half, which is 1.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
I'm just D6. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, making no effort to defend yourself. Your rage fully, you're covered in green Terrafolk blood. The thing pecks and claws savagely at you, screaming in prehistoric rage.
As Little Fox is like climbing onto it to smash it in the head with her hammer.
So the lead Terrafolk, who has actually been injured, he again is like clamoring for a way in. And the other one I think is going to descend to ground level, or eye level, I guess, with you. But again, same thing. Like they have no way to access you.
I love the idea of them like clinging to the side of the thing. And
Yeah, like trying to get their head in, like peck at you. Yeah, totally. Okay, Little Fox.
All right, so I'm gonna
Smash this nerd.
hit it with my maul with
Okay,
advantage.
Advantage. Ooh, good thing you have advantage. Yep, you hit
I
it.
had it. For 14 plus 2 for 16 damage.
Fantastic.
And
All
yeah,
right.
I think she just like grabbed onto its like neck and is smashing its face with the other.
Yeah.
Like it's
So you grab onto it and you smash its head in, and it tumbles backwards. One of its claws scraping against the edge of the path. The other trying to grab at Malik as it dies, and it's like gonna maybe drag his body off the edge. If you want to use your reaction to do something to try and grab it, it means you'll lose any attack of opportunity or any other reaction you would have. But you could try to grab Malik before the Terrafolk's body like tears him and pulls him off the edge.
would love to
Okay.
do that.
All right.
Because I think part of her like zealousness to murder this thing was to get her friend.
Yeah, totally. So I think in this case, probably like athletics, maybe just to like lunge out and grab him.
Sure.
Okay,
So I have advantage on this because I'm raging.
that's right.
Get
Yeah,
an
yeah.
8, but I can
Ooh.
add a D4.
You can. Yeah.
Two.
So I get an 11.
Hold on. No, so the bless is only
Attack rolls or saving throws.
attack rolls or saving throws. That's right.
Okay, so then I get an 8.
Okay. All right. So an 8, unfortunately, is not sufficient to get him. Like you lunge forward. What does this look like? So we know the result, right? This thing is going to pull Malik off the edge and tumble off into the jungle.
I think this is just that she's like too preoccupied with murder at the end of the day.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's the rage, and maybe you don't even really like notice.
She doesn't. Yeah, she's too busy like killing it after it's dead to notice that. Yeah, he's like falling away.
Okay. All right. So what the last we see of Malik is this Terrafolk's claw grabbing in its death throes onto his body as it tumbles backwards and spirals down, and we see it hit the top of the tree cover and then vanish onto the ground somewhere. So, Ishi, it is your turn.
Here's the question, Adam.
Yes.
Can I, from where I am right now, see that guy?
Yeah, sure.
Because it looks to me like I can. But
Yeah,
I
mean,
sure.
I think
All
like
right. Then I am
think
going to.
I think he's got some cover if you want to shoot at him from where you're standing.
I'm gonna fire my crossbow.
Okay.
Most of his mass is concealed, but yeah, it makes sense.
Fire my crossbow because what else am I gonna do? Let's be honest. Unless somebody needs a healing potion, in which case I can do that.
Well, I'm at the back, so I think I'm okay now.
Yeah, you're probably all right.
But yeah, I can't heal myself.
What about you?
I'm at 50% here, so I wouldn't mind getting.
Yeah, you know what?
That's totally fine.
Like,
I don't think I can. I don't think I can feed it to you though.
Drink
Can I?
this.
I can't like.
You can hand it.
Healing potion on you.
You can hand it to me, and I get to.
But
grab
then you
it.
have to do it, right? Like.
I have to quaff it on my turn.
Yeah, quaffing takes an action. Either of you could, as a turn, like take it out of Ishi's backpack because you know it's there. Ishi just needs to have their back to you, and that's no big deal because you're all assumed to be moving around in that 5-foot space. So on your turn, you could like draw and quaff.
Oh, okay, so I don't have to hand it as an action.
No, if someone else is adjacent to you, they can draw and quaff in one.
All right,
action.
cool.
Like drawing a weapon
So-
as you move or whatever, right?
So then I think the best action is to shoot the big
The big one? Okay,
Yeah.
sure. So he's got a +2 to AC, I think, for like
That's-
the lowest version of cover.
That's fine. I twang my crossbow.
Boing.
13.
A 13 is a hit. Yes.
Sweet. And 10 piercing
wow.
damage.
Nice. Okay. Good stuff.
Just the Ishi through the legs of Little Fox. Like,
So even despite the oh, you only got a 13. Roll bless. Oh, you don't have bless.
don't
Shit,
have
I
bless.
forgot the cover. Yeah, so you don't hit him. Maybe you think that you got the hit, but the stone deflected the arrow and it just nicks him.
right on.
Yeah, you're so close though. Do you want to move? Do you want to do anything else?
I can't really.
Okay.
The only thing I could do is put myself into really bad danger. So
Yeah.
I'll just stay
now
where I am.
of the three of you, you're small, right? Like your size.
I'm small,
So you
yes.
could squeeze through this like Terrafolk mess if you need to.
Okay.
Just as
Well,
to let you know.
right now, I'm trying to provide support
Yeah,
here.
of course.
if possible.
Okay, Arcturus.
I don't have any spells left, and I don't really have I am not small, and I don't probably have a good shot on either of these guys. I think I'm going to cast guidance on Little Fox.
Okay, guidance. So guidance only affects like skill or ability checks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still could be helpful because we've seen them grapple stuff. You know,
I mean, it's just I can't see them. I can't go back. I can't dart out, try to grab Malik because he's gone. So yeah, all I've got
a lot of options at this
all
point.
I've got is Fog Cloud now because that's my extra spell from being a Triton. If he wanted me to cloud the entrance so they couldn't get at us, and then we can try and go out the back. But I feel like our best bet is to try and attack these guys while we're in a narrow corridor. Oh, guidance is also concentration?
Yeah, if you cast guidance, you'll lose bless.
Oh, yeah,
Fine.
don't do that.
Bless is better. Yeah.
Bless is much better in this.
Can you take a shot with cover, something like that?
I mean, I could, but I have less line of sight on these guys than you did.
You have no line of sight to either of these
okay.
guys. No,
All right.
Yeah.
there's no way. I
All right,
can't-
well, we just have to wait.
Yeah, so I guess then I don't cast guidance. Maybe I just cry. No, I'm
You
kidding.
could try and clear some of this shit from behind us. We've got
No, remember you can move through your friends and back, so you could move up, take a shot, and move back. Well, no,
Nah,
then you'll be in attack of
no,
opportunity
because then
range
he's
from this guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think staying put is the best call
Yeah.
for this round, and the next round you can do some cool
You
Yeah,
also
maybe-
you can
maybe
also
I
hold
do,
your you can also hold your action, right?
Okay.
Yeah, shoot a thing that comes into view.
Line of
Yeah,
sight.
yeah, I'll definitely do. That's a good idea. I will shoot anything that comes into the view of this narrow hallway.
There you
All right.
go.
There you go. Do it. So all you do is wait a moment, and then the big guy finally sees his opening and lunges in.
And I have
You have bless. Yeah.
1d4.
Roll well on this. Hey, you hit him.
13. Yeah.
So you see his shadowy bulk illuminated from behind by the orange red of the sunrise now, because you raided overnight. And you see this bulk suddenly come into view, his hateful yellow eyes ready for violence, and then you deal him 7 piercing damage with your crossbow.
Yes, I do that.
All right.
Zaka springs into the
Yeah.
cave. Like, hey, I'm here to help.
I'm here to help you. On my face.
No.
All right, cool. So now the Terrafolk will get to go. So big guy is going to make he gets to make 3 attacks. So here they come. So here's the bite, which is a hit for 5.
Yep.
And then
So for 2.
and then a claw. To ignore the crit, it's just 3. And then another claw. All right, so three hits, all dramatically reduced. And you still up and fighting? Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So there's lots of like her getting
These die rolls, though.
I know. Well, these things have an easy time hitting you, but because you're rage, you can barely feel it. You can see your flesh being rent. But yeah, the mighty, like the big grizzled Terrafolk flies in, claws out, slashing at you, and snarls. And I think that on that last swipe when he hits you, maybe you register it, maybe you don't, because you're all caught up in your rage. He says, "Soon you will meet your friend, cracked upon the stones of the ground." And he like lunges at you, clawing your body.
Crush this nerd.
It's your turn.
Drink a potion.
Yeah, because you're out of healing spells, huh?
You
I'm
can
out
take,
of
take
all
the
I have
potion if
is
you think
fog
that's a better
clouding
idea.
cantrips. And I don't have any healing cantrips.
A little bit of a tricky situation. I mean, I guess he doesn't have any choice but to hit me, so my rage won't go away, even if I drink the potion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just very abruptly, this hand just like reaches back, like into your bag, picks up.
I feel like this is one of those situations where Ishi's trying to help you as much as possible because she knows if she doesn't, she's gonna get picked up and like thrown into this Terrafolk.
Yeah, so she's just like blindly pawing behind her while like swinging at this thing with her hammer, trying to like fit it back. And then like wrestles the potion along with like 8 other things out of your backpack, and it all like spills everywhere. And she just like bites through the glass, spits it out.
I love the idea of instead of drinking the potion, you just take the whole bottle, shove it in your mouth, chew it, and swallow.
Like she goes to bite the cork off, but kind of overdoes it and just gets to the neck of the bottle, but then just tears that off anyways.
Listen, let's be real. This has happened to everybody. You know, you got a bottle of wine you want to open. You don't have a bottle opener, so you just bite the top off it and just pour the wine down your throat.
So yeah, it's like a whole fucking disastrous situation.
Just like shards of glass in your mouth.
She drinks the potion.
That's what matters here. Okay.
How much does the potion heal me?
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. Pray for a large number.
I require a large number. I get a 6.
6 is okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's 12 points of damage you can now take. So
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And with my movement, I flex.
all right, cool.
No, I don't know. I just hang out. I can't really go anywhere.
The Terrafolk matches your flexing, these little wings.
Patwang!
There you go.
Wow!
There's that 10 that you got from last time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the two of them are tangling. You know, you've still got your hammer in one hand, right? So you're kind of like bashing him in the face while you're drinking the potion, little fox. And then you hear
like holding him off. Right?
Yeah, you hear the snap of the crossbow from behind you, and a quarrel flies past and buries itself.
This one was like really way too close to your thigh. Like I let it up like a little too close.
Yeah.
I love too that at this range, it's just like the arrow just like appears in the like it's so fast, right? So the coral is just there suddenly.
Cool. All right, Arcturus.
Okay. I guess I would probably also fire at this guy. I think our main thing right now is getting these people out of the way.
Yeah, keep firing.
Yeah. So
remember to track ammunition too.
Right. Thank you for that. Wow. And then, so yeah, I I guess I'm just like looking behind me and being like, like corpses, and then like looking to the side and wishing that I could just like dart into that hole where there's a fire and it's nice. But also like I mean, you guys have been protecting me, so I feel obligated to help you out, even though I'm severely injured and not very happy about it. So yeah, I will continue to, from the safety of my little alcove, fire crossbow bolts.
Okay.
That definitely hits. And does 11 damage.
Nice.
Whoa,
Wow.
right in the eyeball.
Good one. All right. So yeah, the leader of the Terrafolk is now bristling with crossbow bolts.
Yeah. Turns out this hallway's full of crossbows.
Yeah, it's a prickly hallway, and his blood is streaming down his chest, down his claws, and onto the ground. He probably's only got one round left in him. Let's see what he can do with it. Little Fox, here comes a bite attack for nothing. Oh, he misses.
Yes.
Lucky you. All right, and then 2 claw attacks. Oh, he's worn the hell down.
Turns out
nothing.
Yes!
Just
Adam
like
can actually roll poorly.
screaming in rage and pain, trying to get at you, but it's not doing.
Turns out crossbow bolts are negatory.
Little Fox, you want to try and finish this thing off?
I will give him a sound drubbing, Adam. Such a drubbing you will receive. Behold.
You do indeed drub him soundly.
For 15 damage.
15 damage is enough to drub him into oblivion.
Yes.
CG.
So, yeah, she like slams this potion. Dude gets a couple arrows in him, and then it's just like hits the one arm as it's like coming for her, like breaks it horribly, so his wings all like mangled, and then just like clocks him in the face, shatters his tiny weird birdo head.
All right. So yeah. So he same thing. Like he snaps one more time at you. His beak closes in the air in front of you because he's falling backwards. And then your last slam to his chest, shatters his ribs, and his body falls backwards, claws scraping feebly one last time at the edges of Firefinger before he flies down into the darkness. Now, with their leader defeated, the one remaining Terrafolk, I'm gonna make a wisdom save here for him. And I think.
Oh, also my rage ends because he didn't actually hit me. I
That's
assumed
right.
He didn't. So.
Yeah.
So
Wait, you attacked though.
Yeah.
Not the turn before.
not the turn before.
Yeah, it ends now.
Okay.
Yeah, it ends at the start of my turn.
Yeah. So let me just see what the wisdom save is here, and let me see. If the opposition group's leader can't make it, on a failed save, okay, he flees by the most expeditious route. All right, so we're gonna make a morale save for him. DC 10, but with disadvantage. So we'll take the lower of these two. Oh yeah, 2. All right. So with his leader dead, this Terrafolk here, I think he watches he's flapping. He watches the guy fall, and he looks at you and looks at the body, and then says to himself or to like anyone else who's listening, he says, Narak is dead. Shruk is leader of pack now. And then he looks like he's getting ready to attack you, and then he's just like, Shruk the Wise, and he flies off. So I'm gonna rename this guy. This is now Shruk.
Shruk the Wise. Good job, dude. You made a smart decision.
Shruk flees, and there is no more.
Shruk the Wise, indeed.
And he takes off, and you can see from here, Little Fox, as he flees, that the two elder ones that you didn't murder from inside, they follow after him, so they also leave.
Yeah. And
Good.
Little Fox lets out this,
Nemesis
loud, deep
unlocked.
roar at them as they run away.
Yeah. All right. So, suddenly, silence.
Okay, so we're alive. Where's Malik?
I might have. I think that, and then Mark Turris like points outside.
Yeah, Little Fox just points down and shrugs. and then pushes past you to where the fire is. And starts
just
really,
shoulders past.
I really hope that I don't get in trouble for this. For the whole you're supposed to protect them thing that I'm supposed to be doing.
You don't necessarily have to tell them.
Maybe he's okay. Let's. Do
you want to go look?
We're up here now. It's best that we finish doing whatever it is. Get the mask for. Where is Azaka anyway?
Malik said before he, that she was afraid and would not climb higher on the tower.
Well, let's see if we can find the thing that we're supposed to be here for, and then go back down after that.
One wonders if a simple wooden mask is really worth a man's life.
I'm willing to bet that it's not a simple wooden mask, and that in fact it's something else, but we'll find it anyway. So, Little Fox has disappeared. Little Fox, where did you go?
Into the room.
She is warming her hands by the fire and like scraping away the gore and mess.
All right, you sit tight right here, and I'll get through that. There's like a pile of mashed corpses.
Yeah, now that it's not a big deal, you can drag them and just like pull them out of the way. I mean, it'll be hard for you, Ishi, but it can be done.
Scrabble through them.
Yeah, you can squeeze past.
And try and oh, there's something here. Never mind.
There is indeed. So you can squeeze through, and you squeeze through the other side, and you can see in the corner over here, tied up and gagged, a body. It appears to be alive because it's moving around a little bit. And it's mumbling and trying to talk through the gag. It is a bird type of a creature. Now you, I know that the token looks like an eagle kind of guy, but this is a Chultan version of one of these guys, so it's more like a parrot. So he's like
a parrot
green,
guy.
Is it an Aarakocra?
You don't know it's there.
Yeah,
Just chill your shit. So, blue and green plumage, a hooked yellow beak, big, bright, intelligent orange eyes, wings that are bound to its shoulders, and bound by vines, like its hands to its chest, and it's looking at you, and it's got some kind of like ball of like dried leaves on a rope, like jammed into its mouth. It's like.
So I get through this like pile of corpses, come out the other side, and like see it. And turn around like, I think they have a prisoner.
I don't think that myself or Little Fox can get through that hole that you made.
I'll deal with it. I'll let him out. That's gonna be fine.
I mean, one questions if you should. I mean, we don't know that he's friendly just because he's tied up.
Just move the bodies a little bit, and then you can come here too. But we just defeated the people who were. Never mind. I'm gonna untie him. I'll go over to the
Little Fox. Please help me with.
So it's dark. It's dark in here, and this thing doesn't make any indication it can see you. You can see it. So tell me what you do.
Hello.
And it starts and makes like a kind of a startled squawking noise.
Now, as you may be able to hear, I am not one of those things. Maybe you can't see me.
Yeah, his big parroty eyes are very like wide, dilated as far as they go, but it's dark.
Do I have a light source? I do not have a light source, so I got nothing to do anything there. But so I like reach forward to get some of these the vines around his mouth or whatever, and like try and pull them off.
Okay. Do you have like a knife or something?
I mean, I have a rapier. Can I rapier them off?
You could stab it slowly until a hole got punched in it.
Presumably, she has a knife of some kind.
I mean, I think you can just untie them. They're knotted. Like the Terrafolk don't have like they have opposable thumbs, but
I will
barely,
use
right?
my pet mouse to chew the ropes off.
All right, so you untie the ropes around its mouth, but you want to keep it bound up. Otherwise,
Just until like it responds in some way.
okay, yeah. So it there's a startled noise that Malik and Little Fox can hear that comes from the other side of the room.
Malik is dead.
Or sorry, Arcturus and Little Fox. Malik can't hear it. Malik's ghost hears it. So you hear this like, "Rah!" and then it kind of like tries to move, and like its feathers all stand up, and then it says, "Who's there?"
No need to worry. It is I, Ichi Snaggletooth, duelist extraordinaire and slayer of terrafolk now as well.
What is the Snaggletooth?
Never mind. I'm gonna let you out, okay? We're looking for something here. Maybe you can help us find it.
Yes, help! Untie your ropes.
Of course. Just roll over there, and I'll.
Okay, yeah, so you're like cutting out, and and so there's a ruffling of feathers as the creature stands. It's a little shorter than a human, like around 5 feet, maybe 4 feet, somewhere in that range. Bigger than you, but shorter than your companions. And then it puffs up, and all of its feathers kind of stand up on end, and it gets all like big, and it kind of shakes his feathers out. He stretches his arms and legs, and his wings all stretch out. And you can hear his claws clicking on the stone, and he says, much better. Thank you, Snaggletooth."
You're most welcome. But I have a question. We're looking for a wooden mask that these terrafolk have. I don't suppose you've seen anything?
No mask. No. None seen.
Oh. Well, and who might you be, and why you were tied up here?
I am Nefir, prisoner, come from Kirsabal.
I don't know where that is. You should meet my friends. They will probably know more than I do.
Yeah, and he's reaching out, trying to like put his hand on your shoulder, but he thinks you're much taller than you are.
Down here.
And and then just like a feathered talon hand just like goes on your face and kind of like feels out your head.
Okay, we'll get some light for you.
And I turn around and like head back towards the corpse pile, which I assume has been moved.
I don't know. Yeah, Arcturus, are you trying to like move the bodies?
I mean, like I yelled to Little Fox. Would Little Fox help me?
Little Fox is done. Little Fox has had a long day.
So Little Fox, you're sitting down. There's this fire, this like smoky kind of oily fire. They're not very good at making fires. The chamber is hot and smoky, and all around you are shards and scrapings from bones, and it looks like the elders that were sitting around here were carving like totems out of bone. So there's like these bits of bone and like unfinished carvings sitting about.
I think I'm probably like trying, like I'm standing by the corpse pile, and I'm just like, and like going to like touch like something to try and pull it, and being like, and just like, you know, like I'm trying to be productive, but then I get like, this is really gross, and so
Hey, have you moved these things yet? You haven't moved these things yet. They're still in the same place. I got a person back here, bird person. They're a prisoner. They want to meet you, but they can't squeeze through the hole.
is it another terrafolk?
No, this one has feathers.
And you hear from behind Ishi, not terrafolk, I.
Would I like recognize just from like bird person and like, I mean, are there other bird people that aren't Arakokra?
Sure, yes.
Okay, then I'm just like, well, we're trying. It would help if Little Fox wasn't just sitting there.
And there's like a long sigh, and then she like gets back on her feet and goes over and just like
She can't hear any of this, so she's just like, she's doing the whole like,
You don't tell little Fox that she can't take a break. She's been working very hard.
Like push one of the corpses from the other side and like not
just
very
big
well.
old hand reaches in, just like grabs a handful of
Ew.
drags it out the cave.
Okay,
Gross.
all right. So you clear the bodies out of the way, and so Ishi, you appear in the cave mouth, and then behind Ishi, Arcturus, you see. Now I don't think you've seen this variant before, but despite being a parrot person, it's definitely an Aarakocra. He's wearing like tattered clothes. He looks like he was in a fight. No armor, but tattered clothing. Has bright colored plumage. He's an adult male, and you see him.
Arcturus, prisoner, Arcturus.
I do that thing where, like, when you see someone that you expect to know a language that you know, you like get really excited and talk to them like in that language. Like, look, I can let me share. Like, I lived with the and it's like this guy's probably like.
What language are you speaking?
Aarakocran.
Okay.
I would like.
I think so. Looking at the Aarakocra, the character sheets, I want to see because I don't think they have their own language. I think you. Oh no, they do. Yep.
They do.
Okay.
From what we've discussed before. Either that or it would be the primordial language of air, which
Orin.
I would know too.
Yeah.
Orin.
Well, that's so you do know that one as well.
I think we had this discussion and it was going to be Orin, but then we're like, no, they actually have their own language. Sure. I just know primordial,
right?
Not like specific, like. Okay. So, but I think it would be Aarakocran.
Okay. So you speak it, and I think it's a sound. It's a series of like chirps and clicks and like bird sound. And so, and he starts a little bit, like he kind of like starts back and his feathers poof up again. And he looks at you and like cocks his head and says, in Aarakocran, you speak our tongue well, fish creature. Where did you learn it?
I would go on this like probably way too convoluted explanation of how I lived amongst like the Aarakocran people in like this other, not this island. And like, it's so strange to meet like an Aarakocran here, and like so sorry that you were tied up and everything, but glad to have an opportunity to learn from you about the Aarakocran that live in Schultz, and probably just like really, really excited and scholarly and forgetting that we're here with
you're being a huge nerd.
Yeah.
He watches you like while you spew Aarakocran, and to Ishi and Little Fox, you're watching Arcturus, because I think that it's a combination of like body language and speech too. So Arcturus is like kind of like puffing his chest out and like making clucking sounds, like moving his head, and the two of them seem to be communicating, or at least Arcturus is communicating at the Aarakocra.
As soon as it became a language that I couldn't speak, I washed my hands of it and went to go sit with Little Fox by this greasy fire, being like,
that was a good job. You did a good job.
You know, like.
So Nefir says to you, Arcturus, when you're finished babbling, he says, I am Warrior Nefir, third fang of the 5th Squadron. I hail and so like his like he's able to communicate so much more in bird language than he can in common. And he says we or I guess third Talon of the 5th Squadron of Kir Sabal. I am a warrior and a scout. I was captured by the Terrafolk some days ago and have been their prisoner here in Firefang ever since. And he looks past you and says, I give you and your friends thanks for rescuing me. These Terrafolk are a blight, a menace.
Did you, and this is the whole like, have you never tried, they seem to be capable of communication. I mean, it's really terrible that they captured you, but they didn't, kill you outright. Do you know, I mean, I feel bad. about and like gestures to like remaining corpse goo.
Yeah, he looks down at the blood like all over the floor, and he says to you, he puts a hand on your shoulder. He reaches up, puts a hand on your shoulder, looks seriously at you, and says, "The world is a dark place and full of monsters, innocent one. Do not fear. You have done a great deed this day." And then in common to Ishi, he says, "Ground creatures, good job," and like gives a little thumbs up to you. And he turns back and he says, "I would return to my people in Kir Sabal," and like looks longingly at the door.
Absolutely. But I really would love to accompany you, or at least perhaps make. Would you, on this map, mind pointing out? I mean, obviously, I don't want to intrude, but I mean, it would be lovely to.
Hey, Arcturus!
What?
Did you learn anything about the mask that we're supposed to be here for?
Right, yes. And then goes back to talking about Kir Sabal and how he wants to visit.
Yeah, so he heard Ishi, and he says to you, "Your small companion mentioned you were looking for a mask, an artifact of some kind that the Terrafolk have stolen. I have not seen this mask. They keep most of their treasures up above. I think you will find it there if you're willing to make the climb. Now that you've driven them away," and he like nods solemnly, "all the spoils are yours."
Yes. I mean, we've climbed this far. We'll surely go further. But really, Kir Sabal, like, could you, and like holds out a map, like, would it be okay if I were to come visit?
He looks at the map and he looks at you, and he says, "I owe you a debt, my life, in exchange for the location of Kir Sabal. But I promise you this," and he like raises a serious finger. "If you bring misfortune to my people, you or your friends, a black wind will blow across the graves of your ancestors for 1,000 generations." He like squints.
I would love to see a wind find the graves of my ancestors under the deep oceans of the plain. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up. But yes, understood.
All right, so let's take a look at your map.
These birds don't mess around.
Of course they don't.
Your wind on your ancestors.
Yeah, it's serious business. So
Causing your wind on your ancestors that live on a primordial plane of
Listen,
water.
man, the black wind of Aarakocra justice blows across all universes. We don't fuck around.
You're right, Adam. It blows across all universes.
It doesn't matter what universe you're in. That shit blows something fierce. All right, so let me zoom in on the old Mapperino here. So Kir Sabal is down here. Boop.
Neato.
Yeah.
And then Oralunga is where the psychic lady, witch lady, I don't remember how she was described, that might know how to find the place.
Yeah,
where
so currently you're here. Oralunga is 220 miles this way, past Camp Righteous and Camp Vengeance. And then
I want to go to Camp Righteous. I bet you that's full of flaming fists, guys.
so Oralunga's over there. And then down here is Kir Sabal, somewhere in this region where the Aarakocra live.
This port, is that like an actual city?
Which one?
Port Castiglar?
Port Castigliar?
Yeah.
I don't know. You could make a history check to see what you know about Port Castigliar.
Oh, I was just wondering, like, Port Nyanzaru is a city that people know of. I'm assuming that
There are, along the coast, there are many settlements, both available for use and not. Some of them are military outposts that the Flaming Fist have not abandoned yet. Some of them, however, are like overrun ports that were destroyed by monsters.
Yeah, like former human settlements and stuff like that.
Okay, well, we can talk about that after we're done with Firefinger.
Yeah. We'll take a second to like look over the map, and you can decide where you want to go next. Yeah, so now you know where Kir Sabal, home of the Aarakocra in the jungle, are, which I know you're hype about. As soon as chat saw there was an Aarakocra, somebody was like, "I bet $10 Blue Jay is going to drag them all to Kir Sabal. Here we go." So let me pull you back to Firefinger, and we'll finish with this. So, yeah. So is there anything else that you want to talk to Nifir about before you go?
I feel like for the most part, like parting, like I would let Little Fox and Ishi know like that Nafir was gonna go join his people, and probably be like, obviously he would know less about what's going on in the jungle, having like flew over it. But if they knew of anything specifically that we should like avoid, or places that we could safely rest.
So you ask him like, where's, so let's have that conversation. So he points out on the map like Kirsabal is here.
Yeah.
And then looks at you solemnly, despite being like a cute little parrot man.
Yeah.
And then what do you say?
I would be like, of course, you may leave and rejoin your people, but perhaps before you go, like, is there any information that you can give us to aid us in safe passage? Flying over the jungle is probably a different perspective than wading through it. If you know of any places that we should avoid, or places that would be safe to rest on our journey from, I would probably be like, I mean, I don't know if I'm like, we're going to go straight from here to Kirsabal, but like probably our journey on this like side of the, like, because eventually I want to go to Kirsabal. So it would mostly be from like here to there if they happen.
So he says to you, he looks at you solemnly again and says, he says the Aarakocra are blessed to have a kingdom in the sky. We are free of most of the dangers of this hellish place. The jungle floor is a mess of doom and terrible creatures. I pity you and your two pathetic legs. And he looks down at them, and he looks at you and says, but perhaps if you are worthy. And he like puts a claw up and kind of like thinks a minute.
Brushing his little feathers.
Yeah, this is the thing that parrots actually do. They'll put their talent, like they'll scratch their whole head with one hand. So he like just puts his hand up and just kind of like scratches his head like he's thinking, and then he brings his hand back down and he says, "If you come to Kirsabal, seek out Ashara." And he nods solemnly. She may be able to help you avoid the worst of the jungle's terrible rot.
Ashara.
And he nods. Cool. Okay. So I think he pulls a couple of javelins from the dead bodies, like packs, because they were carrying them. They just never got a chance to use them. Picks them up, puts them in his pouch, and then he goes to go past you, Arcturus. Okay. All right. So he moves past you, and before he does, he looks into the room and sees the two of you, and in common says to you, Ishi, "Thank you for saving." And then to Little Fox says, "Strange, neither little nor fox." And then just walks past you on his little legs. He kind of like hops out towards the edge.
You're welcome.
And and he like fluffs up his feathers, takes one last look over at you, Arcturus, nods, and then takes off into the sky.
Little Fox like chucks one of these bone totems into the fire, like crosses her arms.
So, good talk.
Yes. Nafir told me of the Aarakocran city in the sky, and I mean, obviously we have a task, but maybe they know something about the death. We should go there after this.
How do you get to a city in the sky when you can't fly?
They said to find an Ashara. Perhaps I forgot to ask where to find the Ashara. I mean, would he have
He said if you come to Kirsabal, seek out Ashara. So she's there.
Oh, in Kirsabal. Okay, so and then I would be like, I lived with Aarakocran for over a year. I know how to get to their cities. It's fine.
All right then, but let's see if we can find this mask, shall we?
He said it would be on the roof with the rest of their treasures.
Oh, good! More climbing!
Yeah, now there's no, you saw this before, Ishi. There's no like, ladder anywhere else on the outside, but there was a chimney in the other one that the elders like climbed up to get onto the roof to flee.
Hmm.
All right, then. I suppose we'll go up that way.
And that was in the other over here.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Here, come on. Give me a lift up here.
Last time I did that, you fell on me, and I'm not quite in the proper. I'm hurt right now, and I don't think I'm going to stand under you while you try and climb another chimney.
That's fine. Just boost me and then move.
Oh, Arcturus, do you have inspiration?
Nope.
Okay, take it for the awkward conversation with the Aarakocra.
Thank you. I don't really want to take that chance. Little Fox, I have like no health, and if like in any way you like boinked me, I would die.
Fall and you break your neck. The end.
Yeah.
TPK.
I can't like if I help you and anything happens that comes back to me, I die.
This is why I am of the opinion that we take a short rest before moving on. But
We should take a short rest in this nice little cozy, warm place.
Okay, fine. We'll take a break, then we'll check.
and yeah, this is what Little Fox is silently insisting on.
Yeah, Little Fox is just sitting there
Arms
next to the
crossed.
fire. I like come back over to where you're sitting, look in, like, so are we going? And you're just sitting there like,
Well, I think
Yeah, just like staring brutally.
Well, okay, I guess we're staying then.
I think taking a break is a great idea.
Okay.
Let's do that, and when we get back, we will see where y'all end up. All right.
Cool.
Cool. All right. So short break. We will be right back with more Roll20 presents Tomb of Annihilation. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Let's see what the spoils of this delightful battle are. You're going to take a short rest, and then you're going to climb up the thing, and then we're going to see what you get. So go ahead and spend hit dice if you have them.
Okay.
Anything that you would recover on a short rest, recover it.
I'm going to spend both my hit dice, I guess.
Okay. All right. Show off.
Oh, cool. An 11.
Hey, there you go. Okay. All right. So you take an hour, which means that when you finish resting, the sun has come up over the horizon. It's still low on the horizon, casting its light across the misty surface of the jungle, and you can see dark clouds starting to kind of like roll in. The weather is likely to be pretty bad today. But
Great, that'll be great for coming back down.
I was gonna say it may hasten your return to the forest floor. But first, why don't you climb on up that
the thing in the wind and rain? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, climb on up that thing.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, now can you give me a boost?
Little Fox is right there.
Little Fox just like picks you up, pushes you into the pool.
I said boost, not lift.
All right, can you make an athletics check to climb up this thing?
Sure thing.
Okay. Nice, no problem. Yep, you scramble up to the next level. Yep.
I will do the same.
All right, yeah, anybody climbing up just needs to make that athletics check. Okay.
I get an 8.
An 8's okay. 8's enough.
All right. Then I will also attempt to climb up. Let us see.
Okay.
I get
Nice.
a 20.
No problem. All right.
It's like I was made to climb up
all
chimneys.
three of you climb to the top of Firefinger, which from up here is 300 feet above the ground. The wind howls around you. There's no railing around the outside edge, so it's pretty dangerous. But there is a tower. There's a constructed stone tower here of ancient worth, and atop it an eternally burning flame. Just burning away, seemingly unaffected by the wind.
Ishi, because she's little and doesn't weigh very much, is like clinging to the ground up here, like.
Ishi, you can grab hold of myself or Little Fox. We are both rather heavy.
Fair enough.
Like whoever is nearest gets a kobold
That's
wrap
totally
around
fine. I have like plate armor. I'm a very heavy person.
There's also definitely the hat, like fluttering on your head. You have to keep grabbing it.
So Little Fox is going to go to the entryway of this tower and like inspect the door and look around inside.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So there are other levels of the inside of the tower, but they've all crumbled in now, so you can see up to the above. And there's a sort of like a basin, like a metal or stone, some kind of like dark basin holding the fire, whatever it's the thing that's creating this enchanted fire, and also shielding you down below from the heat and the light. So it's relatively dark in here. There may be little flickers of light from above where the seal isn't quite perfect with the top. There are like, I want to say they're not bedrolls because that's much too much too civilized for these folks.
Is it just like some kind of nests?
Yeah, there's just crude nests, mostly dry foliage from the jungle, laid out. The place smells, but there are amidst the trash 4 moldy wooden chests.
All right, well, let's inspect these chests.
Okay, all right.
I
So
walk in carefully.
So you walk over.
This isn't Burning Wheel. You don't get extra dice for doing
So
it.
you walk over to the chest. Yeah, they have claw marks on the top from being like carried by terrafolk. They seem to bear a mark of some merchant company, but it has long kind of moldered away. The chests have not done well in the jungle heat and the exposure, so there's like mold growing on the outside of them.
What have you found?
I mean, we can go in.
Like, yeah, she like gestures for y'all.
It's okay to come inside. Okay.
Yeah, but she's not gonna move until everybody else does.
I I move forward, like kind of like holding your like weird, like fluttery, like hat cape body. Like, I'm just like, it's okay, like scooting a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So you want to, Little Fox? You want to open the chest?
I will attempt to open a chest.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. You just pop open one of the nearest chests. They had latches, but they've all rusted and gone bad. So the chests are full of low quality currency, mostly copper pieces. If you sort through it, you take the time to sort through it, I can tell you everything that's in there. But the chests seem to be where the either they were full of these coins already, or the Terrafolk have just been throwing them in here after they pick them off of bodies. So mostly copper. You can see some silver in there, and if there's anything else, you have to dig through the treasure to find it.
I'm gonna have to find this mask. So
okay. Yeah, so it'll take about an hour to go through it.
I'll root through the box. Yeah.
All right. So you root through it.
Indicate for Ishii to do the same with another one.
I go to another box and open it up when indicated.
Okay.
I think I'm like standing at the door with my shield and like my hammer in one hand, like loosely, and I'm like looking at the sky, and I'm like, all right, guys, like if somebody comes from this specific direction, I'll see you.
All right. So you go through the chests, and altogether you find 2,000 copper pieces, 730 silver pieces.
Okay, let me.
I'll put it in chat for you.
2,000 copper pieces. Gosh.
Yes.
I mean, you'll be heavier on the way down.
It's gonna be. You're gonna have to explain to me how you carry this down.
Yeah, I do.
So 2,000 copper pieces, 730 silver pieces, 450 GP gemstones, a spell scroll of Commune with Nature, and one of the chests contains a cloth-wrapped wooden mask resembling a stylized tiger's face.
So the copper, what's the translation of how much that's worth?
100 becomes 1 silver, and then 100 silver becomes 1 gold.
We just leave all the copper.
Yeah, I mean, leave all the silver even.
I can carry the silver. I can carry a lot.
So if you'd like, you can spend, because this is like kind of taking another short rest. You could take the time to examine the mask and find out what its deal is.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
I mean, as I grab it, I wish Malik were here.
Yeah,
also,
we like
you can
hand it
take
to
the scroll of Commune with Nature, Arcturus.
What? Me?
Well, so yeah, like Little Fox finds a magic thing, looks at it, like smells it, and I cast Detect Magic because I'm able to do that because I'm a furbolg.
Yeah, the mask and the scroll are definitely magic. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she just hands it to you. As soon as she knows it's magic, she just like hands it over to you without a word.
Thank you. And like as I grab them, I'm like, well, I'm not as good at this as he was, but okay. And like I'm gonna look at them and see if I can figure out. I probably can't figure out like what the deal is.
Yeah, so all it takes is a short rest to figure them out. So commune with Nature is a level 5 druid spell.
Okay.
It's on a scroll. You briefly become one with nature. You gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. In the outdoors, it gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you. The spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice: terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or people, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes, or buildings. So, for example, you could determine the location of powerful undead in the area, the location of major sources of drinking water, and the location of any nearby towns.
Okay. What do you need to be able to use a level 5 druid spell?
What's the deal with scrolls in this version?
Yeah, because is it a divine scroll or is it a druid scroll?
A spell scroll bears the mystical words of a single spell. If it's on your list, you can read it and cast the spell without providing it. Otherwise, it's unintelligible. And that's it. So if you're not a ranger or a druid, you can't cast it, but you could take it home and sell it to a ranger or druid.
Or
I look at it and I'm like, this is not the words of my god, and I just like roll it up.
Heresy. Okay, so tuck it away.
Cool.
The mask, I will show you because we have a graphic. Let me just make sure there's any secret stuff on here. Nope. Check it out. Here's the handout. So now the players can see what the characters can. So it's the Mask of the Beast, a wooden mask shaped in the likeness of a beast visage with 3 charges. While you're wearing it, you can expend a charge and use the mask to cast Animal Friendship as an action. It regains all of its expended charges at dawn. However, it belongs to Azaka Stormfang.
That's fine. If she was up here, I would give it to her, but she's not. Okay, so yeah, I would wrap it back up in the cloth like gingerly and be like, okay, this is what Azaka wanted. When I give it to her, she will be very happy.
She'll finally kiss me.
Okay, so we have the mask. How are we gonna deal with the rest of this? We bringing all this, like reptile fingers through coin.
Yeah, and Little Fox has like meticulously piled everything into sorted piles.
Ishi just ruins
in
one
a
of
very
them.
like weirdly ordered manner.
Mm-hmm.
And has her pack down, and then just like scoops the 40 pounds of copper coins into her pack. Huge hands, just like. And so yeah, I can just load my pack up with tons of weight. The character sheet actually calculates it for me, which is cool.
Yeah, I really like that about that. So let's talk about that right now. So let me pop your character sheets out here. I want to take a quick look at our PCs here and how we're doing the encumbrance.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong, and it doesn't say how encumbered I am anymore.
Yeah, let me adjust it. So because we have the encumbrance, it's on simple. So for encumbrance, because it actually does matter with like overland and now that you have travel and what have you. So for strength, they're intentionally simple if you're looking for more detailed rules, which of course we are. If you carry weight in excess of 5 times your strength, you're encumbered, which means your speed drops by 10 feet. If you carry weight in excess of 10 times, you are heavily encumbered, which drops you by 20 feet. So let me set everybody's character sheet to track it in the
I should have. Yeah, I've
variant
been
method. And then get ready, Little Fox. Everybody's gonna dump their equipment on you.
Well, and here's the thing. So I also have powerful build, so I count as one size larger when determining my carrying capacity and my weight that I can push striker.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll need to edit my values.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already encumbered.
Mm-hmm. So Zishi, it's okay.
I'm just gonna ditch my explorer's pack. Useless fucking item.
So normally when I'm playing D&D,
into what it has.
Normally when I'm playing D&D, I don't use encumbrance, but I think encumbrance actually is like useful for this particular adventure. Like I think it's actually worth tracking in this.
I agree.
So let me adjust.
Let me look at what the explorer's pack has.
Yeah, why does it weigh so much? God damn.
So the explorer's pack has a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, which I have been counting outside of the pack, so that's probably heavier.
You can mark them down.
And rope. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mark them down separately from the explorer's pack and see what that ends up being.
Okay.
Am I all edited up, Adam?
Yeah, I'm just double checking how much this blanket weighs because you don't have that marked on your. So blanket, clothes weigh 3, and the scroll case I think is just 1. Also, yeah, we ignore, if we're using this encumbrance, we ignore the strength requirements for armor because we're using the other thing.
Wait.
Weight is 1.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about that. It doesn't come up very often for characters who are not wearing that kind of stuff. Okay. So powerful build. What does it do for you?
I count as one size larger when determining my carrying capacity and all my other push.
Okay, because size is not a factor in encumbrance. Yeah, which is a bit weird. Okay.
Which it literally says.
It literally, yeah.
The weight that I can carry, my carrying capacity, so which should factor into my encumbrance. So.
Okay, well we'll figure it out in between. How much? Like I'll look it up and see how powerful build works with this
But
variation.
normally it's strength times 5.
Oh, I see. You double your weight carried for every size over medium. Okay, so yours is strength times 10, and then strength times 20.
So strength times 10 is mine.
Up to strength times 10 until you're encumbered, and then up to strength times 20 would be.
So my limit for encumbrance is 180 pounds.
Okay, so you still got 30 pounds worth, even with all that copper.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine carrying 40 pounds of coins in a backpack?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be the worst. That'd be the worst walk from the bank.
I've carried like chainmail and scale mail armor that you're supposed to wear in a backpack, and that's bad enough. Okay, like that's
in my
rough.
actual real life, I have carried 50 pounds of like mail and books in a satchel bag while riding a bicycle.
Rough. Not about it.
for work, and I was on a rush, so I had to ride really fast while carrying these enormous like law textbooks that were like.
So we'll treat it like this for now, and then I'll do some research. So powerful build, V encumbrance. I'll do my due GM diligence, and then we'll work it out because encumbrance actually matters. And then I'll remind Dave to make sure he has the weight value of everything.
So I separated.
Yeah, you had a question, Arcturus.
Yeah, I separated everything from the explorer's pack, and I'm still encumbered.
Well,
I need to like divest of some things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've fixed mine.
You have 10 pounds of rope. What do you need to get to carry this?
I'm not sure. What's the thing? It's 5 times my strength.
So your strength is 16. So you can carry up to 80 pounds without being encumbered.
80 pounds?
Yeah. And then between 80 and 160, you're encumbered. So encumbrance
my chainmail is 55 pounds.
It reduces your speed down to 20 while you are encumbered. Now, if you want to, as an action at the beginning of a fight, you can drop your backpack. So you can just unequip some of this stuff, and it'll drop you down. But the idea here is that, you are carrying a lot of stuff. You can get rid of.
And would that have changed like our ability to walk through the jungles?
No, I don't.
It does not affect your travel speed.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it.
Yeah, then I'll just say that I drop my backpack when we're getting in a fight.
It's
right,
but sequences.
But it does take it. Like, it's important to remember that we do that, right? So if you say like I drop my backpack, the backpack lands in the square you're in, and you move away from it.
Okay.
And you can't access anything that's in it. So
I just there's no way I'm dropping 40 pounds of stuff.
Yeah, you're the weight that you're lugging around is mostly in the fact that you're carrying multiple weapons and a shield, 10 pounds of torches, and 10 pounds of rope.
I just
You know, I as a character with dark vision,
I don't need torches. I have the light cantrip.
I've just dropped torches off the
chuck those torches.
Yeah.
Rip the human member of the party.
Oh, my backpack is so heavy.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're still encumbered, which means that unless you drop your backpack, let me in preparation for this, let me find a token for a backpack so that I can drop them.
Yeah.
I have fixed my encumbrance, Adam. I am no longer encumbered.
So how much can you carry?
Not anything more.
Like, what was your amount that you could carry pound-wise?
55 pounds.
55? Oh, little issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly my chainmail that's like giving me problems because it's 55 pounds of armor.
55 pounds is my encumbrance.
And that's like what I'm wearing on my body.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, I can't carry any of the things that we are needing to take down. Like, it's all you, little fuck.
Well, you're in the range of encumbered, but not heavily encumbered, right? So you have 50 pounds worth of like carriage, but yes, Little Fox is the one that will be.
I mean, like I said, I could take a scroll and the mask probably, and then just like whatever loot we wanted to carry is up to you. Obviously, the things that have more value are priority, but if you can just like take all of it, then.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can take all the coins. Someone else can take the gems.
Sure, I'll take the gemstones.
4 gemstones at 50 GP each.
That's right.
Is there a weight for gemstones? Is it on
No,
the
they're
thing?
they're negligible.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's why we have them, right? Is that you're
They're
meant
giant head-sized diamonds.
well, you're meant to, yeah. I mean, the thing is, we think of, because of video games and cartoons and movies and stuff, you know, we think of gemstones as being like rupees, like fist-sized, like, but they're tiny, right? Like a bag of 100 diamonds weighs like a couple of gold coins. So
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
yeah, not like that exactly. much smaller. So yeah. Oh man, I bet you there's some baller diamond mines in Chult. Okay, cool. So you're going to climb down from Firefinger, or do you want to make plans for where you're going to head next?
I think that we should climb down and find Azaka, and then make plans.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there isn't any tension in the climb down. Because you're not trying to be sneaky or whatever.
Okay, like, we
and
don't
like,
have to
yes,
roll a
the
bunch of
weather could be a
shit.
danger, but if you just spend like a little bit of time up here and then head down, I don't think we need to worry too
Okay,
much
cool.
about it. Yeah.
I was really not looking forward to
Yeah.
rolling the stupid falling thing again.
Yeah, so it's not a big deal. You climb down and you get to the bottom after a while of climbing. You return to the bottom of Firefinger.
Is Malik smushed on the ground?
So you don't. First of all, you don't see Azaka on the way down. She isn't just like waiting where you were.
Okay.
She's like climbed down maybe, or I don't know, flew away. Like she's gone basically. And then you climb down to the bottom. And you go. The camera follows the group of you as you climb down, and we get the fade from level to level, and then it goes down below the canopy, and suddenly it's much darker. And there are there's the jungle laid out before you. And I think by the time you get down, it's raining. And it's not just like little pattering rain that slowly like builds up. It's just like bam, now it's raining, and there's just a downpour. So you get down and you're soaked. All you can hear is the torrent of rain pattering against the leaves above you. The ground is swiftly becoming, currents of water and roots. And so you get to the bottom. What do you do?
Find Azaka and Malik's body.
Okay. And how do you do that? Are you just like call out for her? You like walk around?
I think that I wouldn't make a lot of noise.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you start to walk around, and it doesn't take long to find Azaka. You see her, and she's standing like relatively out in the open next to a body of one of the terrafolk who's lying all twisted on the ground from falling, and she's got her hands on her hips, and she's like looking up into the trees when you see her.
Azaka,
She starts when she hears you.
we've returned. You didn't happen to see a falling human sorcerer, did you?
She looks at you, and then she points up.
And I look
Gosh,
up.
is he like in the trees or something?
So Arcturus, you walk over to her, and you look up, and you see dangling from his pack straps, Malik's body, just like hanging from the trees above you. He's maybe like 15, 20 feet up.
Is he okay?
She looks at you, and she's like, "It's a very long fall."
How high up is he in the tree?
From you, 10 or 15 feet. You have to climb up the tree to get to him.
Yeah. Okay. So cooing to the tree and apologizing for the inconvenience that she is about to put on it. And by the way, the tree can understand me.
Mm-hmm.
Little Fox will climb the tree. She puts her pack down.
Uh-huh.
And there's this heavy like
it sounds like dropping a treasure chest. Azaka looks at Arcturus when that happens. So like hears it, and she like starts and looks at you like, "What did you like?" That's okay.
And
the
then I
terrafolk
climb
have
the
taken
tree.
from more than just you.
So you start to climb, and Arcturus, I think she interrupts you mid-sentence. She's like, "Did you find the mask?"
Yes, we found the mask.
Puts her hand out. She's like, "Give it to me."
We will speak after we save our friend. Or see his fate, I guess.
Her lip curls back slightly from her teeth, and she gives you a look like, "I'm not going to ask you again."
Azaka, we have your mask. You did nothing to help us, and our friend may be dead. Let us find out his fate, and then we will hand it to
she
you.
She snarls and like goes to grab you by the throat.
Jesus.
I mean, do you like you can try to like lunge away or whatever, but she's just like and like grabs you.
Yeah, I would be like, what the.
Okay. Make a we'll make it opposed athletics check because she's trying to grab you. So.
God damn!
Just give her the mask. It's like,
isn't this what you wanted?
Not this way.
God.
God. Okay.
Find her.
Excellent. I get mauled by a mad lady.
All right. So
she's a very angry lady about this.
So you get a 6.
She gets probably
she gets an
more
11. So not great, but she gets you. Yeah, so she just grabs you and like slams you into a tree and is like she's like growling at you. She's like, "Give it to me."
Fine. Okay.
And I think she's like patting you down, like looking for it.
I'll get it, dear Gestitia woman.
She pulls you away from the tree, turns you around, pushes you back up against the tree, so you're like your face hits the bark, and she like yanks your pack open, and it's
this is rather unpleasant.
She's like, "Quiet," and like digs through the pack and like yanks out the mask, and then just pushes you aside and like pulls it out of the cloth and is just like staring at it. So you like stumble to the side.
You're rather aggressive, aren't you?
She doesn't. It's like you're not even there. Now that she has the mask, it's like you've vanished somewhere else, and she's just staring at the mask.
Yeah, and so I have like,
and you're climbing the tree,
and I'm like carefully working my way along the limb of it. You know, mostly caring about breaking the tree at this point.
Yeah, I think what happens at one point is like your hand, you're climbing up into the branches. You're high up now. You're like 10, 15 feet up,
Yeah.
and you start to climb out onto the branch, and you like slip at one point, and we hear like the shuffling, and one of the branches kind of like moves slightly underneath, and you like your hand lands on it.
Yeah, and Little Fox is like, thank you.
Yeah, and it could very well just be the wind, but
Pats the tree branch, you know, in a friendly way, and then like shimmies out onto it and like just lifts Malik's pack with one hand and like.
So he's fallen and his pack has caught in the branches, and then the straps hang down, and he's hanging from the back.
By his arm.
His arms are
like under his sleeve. Yeah, under
definitely
his
dislocated.
Oh yeah, he's hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, and so she just like lifts the pack and then gets it out over the branch tip, and then like.
And like try to move it. Okay, let's have you make an athletics check because this is a little tricky to do out on a branch.
I'm going out on a limb here. Literally.
All right, so you got better than 10, so you're okay. The branch doesn't break. You don't drop him. You manage to like get him unhooked from the thing.
And then she just like gets him over her arm. And just like so he's like folded over her arm, and then like works her way back down the tree with one hand.
All right, sure.
As soon as he gets to the ground, can I check and see if Malik's like alive?
So while this is happening, because this takes a few minutes, Ishi, are you doing anything? You just watched down on the ground. You just watched Azaka be like, "Get the fuck out of here! Give me my mask!"
And I'm looking at Azaka like, okay.
And she's not looking at anybody. The rain is just like pelting her, and she has this like kind of unreadable look on her face.
Oh god!
And she's just staring into the mask, and the rain is like running rivulets down her face.
I just remembered the rain. This is like a wet rat look on the kobold. Like all the cloak is like all stuck to thin kobold form. Goes like, Azaka.
And she turns and looks at you, and you like shout her name. She looks over at you and she's like, "What?" And like and that breaks her reverie, and she tucks the mask into her. She does that thing where the character has an object and then it disappears.
You have what you wanted now. I hope that's good for you.
She nods and she says, "Justice has been done. Did you kill them all?"
Some got away, but we were a little busy.
And she nods and she says, "Then they will be back."
But we don't need to kill them if they don't have what they took from you.
Well, you see, Azaka, perhaps we would have been able to kill and slaughter more Pterafolk if, I don't know, you hadn't abandoned us halfway up the tower.
She turns to you and she says, "I am here to guide you, not to climb towers. Why do you think I needed you in the first place?"
Solid point. Little Fox, is Malik okay?
And so yeah, we look back and you're like bringing Malik
Yeah,
down.
carefully bringing him down the tree. I'm trying to, everyone's arguing. I'm like being all gentle and careful.
Yeah. So you like lay him down in the mud, and he's got rain coming down, like kind of washing some of the blood off his face.
No, I think I still just like hold him. Like
Yeah, so you're like, okay.
baby.
And he's pretty light. He's a little dude. But yeah, you see, because his clothes are torn, you can see across, like he's been hiding it with his clothes. He has this like pattern of scales, right? Like on his skin. And yeah, he's limp in your arms. He's dead weight.
Can I check and see if he's still alive?
Yeah, you want to go over to him?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come over. So give me, what does this look like? You turn away from Azaka?
Yeah, I think that I turned away from Rizaka. I walked past Ishi on my way to where Little Fox is, and I say, one wonders if she wishes to continue being our guide. Like, I'm mad. She, like, was mean. And also, like, the way that she was staring at that mask is kind of like, she probably doesn't give a shit about us anymore. So, yeah, I would just, kind of, Arcturus is a little, he's a little sad boy. And he probably like is very like serious face when he comes over to Little Fox, and Little Fox has got like Malik all like.
I think I'll like tuck him into the crook of the tree and like thank it again for saving him, basically.
Yeah,
and I'll be like,
yeah,
may I?
Yeah, and like she's talking to the tree now. Like she's just put him in the little crook of its roots and is like talking to the tree.
The tree just like absorbs him. Thank you for this fertilizer.
Yeah, I would like to check and see if Malik is.
Oh god, it's a horrible tree. And okay, make a medicine check.
Okay.
14. He is alive, just barely.
Then I will cast Spare the Dying and make sure he stays that way.
Okay. Yes, Malik is very lucky. This has been established, and he somehow managed to survive the fall, and is KO'd. So.
Yeah, and I think I would say that I would like do the whole like, where do humans have their pulse points, and like, and then like, yes, and be like,
Fox like grabs your hand and just like roughly like, shoves it to his neck.
You're doing the Zoidberg.
And then I would be like, he's very lucky. I was sure that, well, we should get him to a safe place. Us as well. I need a rest. I can't heal him right now, but in the morning.
So give me a second here. So we're gonna do the video game thing. We're gonna do the JRPG thing. He got cutscene knocked out, not combat knocked out. So it's gonna take more than like a Phoenix down to recover him. Which will allow us, like, let's all be real clear. The reason we're doing this is because Dave isn't here to play him, so he's going to be unconscious until.
And we are not going to take control of Dave's character.
And we're not going to play Dave's character
in any way.
So basically, Malik is going to be out until such time that his body can be re-inhabited by his spirit, and he'll wake up. But he's badly hurt from the fall, and he's unconscious. So.
I would still do like doctoring sort of things.
Sure, yeah, you take care of him. Yeah.
And so do we just resume our travels?
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to do that. You might want to like find somewhere to go and take him so you don't have to like lug him around. But yeah, if you'd have to make like, you're still gonna have to deal with the fact that your ally is unconscious and you have to protect him and stuff. But yeah, you can make a litter and carry him, or you can go back to Port Nyanzaru, or.
I think this is just a suggestion. And I'm not the navigator or anything like that, but my suggestion, as a person of experience, is we go back to Port Nyanzaru, we sell the things and get rid of the massive pile of coins that Little Fox is carrying, and then figure out where to go from there.
Well,
I'm kind of running out of food.
I just see one issue with that, and Arcturus turns to look at Azaka. Do we still have a guide?
She's off to one side, and she's taking the mask out again and is like staring at it.
Yeah, and I look at her and I'm like, do we still have a guide?
And she lifts her head. Actually, she doesn't, because you didn't say her name, right? So she has no idea you're even talking to her.
So Little Fox just like puts out a hand to the two of you and does the like I'll take care of this kind of motion. And walks over to Azaka.
Yes, you take care of it. You are far better at this kind of thing than I am.
So just like
I never thought of Little Fox as being good with people.
great big hand on Azaka's shoulder, very gently, but just
she starts, but she doesn't get angry. She doesn't like throw you off or whatever. She like starts a little bit, but doesn't look away. She just looks at the mask.
Yeah, and Little Fox is like, nodding kind of solemnly. We found it.
She nods.
Now you have it.
I do. And she turns to you, and she solemnly she says, "Thank you. I could not have retrieved it myself. I know this. I am," and she's saying this quietly enough so that Arcturus and Ishi can't hear it. Mm-hmm. And she says, "I'm sorry." And she looks at Malik, and then she looks at you, and she says, "For what happened up there."
Little Fox shrugs.
Elf, you had something you wanted to do?
I was just gonna say I would like to flavor this like movie segment with like their conversation being in the foreground, and in the background you can hear a background conversation between Arcturus and Ishi. That's like,
no, actually, Little Fox is very good with people. And she does it a very good way with everybody. She never gets into arguments. Is a very gentle soul.
like in the back, like indistinctly in the background and like out of focus of this other conversation that's happening. Just Ishi being a loud, obnoxious kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like almost lost in the white noise of the rain.
Mm.
And yeah, Little Fox just like shrugs with the whole reference to Malik and just says, "Fighting, always like this. What now?"
She puts her hands out and she says, "I have what I came for, and if you still need a guide."
Yeah, Little Fox nods. Back to port, help our friend, and then to the jungle again.
She nods and she says, "But where?" Like in the jungle.
and yeah, Little Fox shrugs. Malik knows. Arcturus knows. The rest of us just here to help them do the fighting.
She shrugs and she says, "You tell me where you want to go, and I will try to take you there."
And yeah, Little Fox nods, and then like it seems like the conversation is over, and then she speaks up again and just says, "This mask and all your secrets, they're yours until they become a problem. Then you tell me."
She smiles, like authentically this time, and says, "I have the mask and no problems any longer."
Yeah, and then like Little Fox just nods and like turns around and walks away. Like, we're done. We're good.
Okay, cool. All right.
And yeah, doesn't say anything to the other two, just comes back and sits down and like messes with her pack a little bit and like adjusts some straps.
All right, so dealt with?
Of course, she didn't shove you up against a tree.
Nobody could do that.
When you say that, Azaka is walking past you, Arcturus, and like, she didn't shove you up against a tree, and she looks at you and she's like, "You liked it."
Arcturus does this whole like he makes to object, stutters, blushes, and then looks away.
Awesome. Okay, so Little Fox, take inspiration if you don't already have it for that last scene.
Yay!
For your quiet management of the tough lady. So you can take it is sort of like midday now. Do you want to start traveling? Do you want to like what do you want to do? Do you want to like leave now, or do you want to wait until the next day and start at morning?
We should get away from Firefinger, but only as far as we can find some kind of safe place to rest and then stay. I don't think we should travel today.
Yeah, we like find a good place to camp
by a river.
Take a long rest and then move on.
Okay. Well, here, let me move us back to the player map, so everybody can see what's up. Here it is. This is where we're at right here. And so, if you follow the river north, it's 30, 50, 60. So it's like 11 days north. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing for stuff?
I have fish. It's fine.
Hi.
I've got 9 rations. left.
I have used 9 rations and therefore have 1 day of rations left because I only had 10, and I think Malik had extra rations for me, but I can't access Dave's character sheet.
Currently, Malik's pack is containing. Let me see. Malik, my boy, what you got? Cartographer's tool, dungeon map, bullseye lantern, hooded lantern. Ooh, they're both probably broken.
Yeah, all of his nice stuff is pretty messed up.
I'm gonna be awful and just delete a bunch of shit from his character sheet. So his lanterns are definitely both broken. Trinket, staff, backpack, book, bottle of ink. That's toast.
If it's a walking staff, it would probably broke.
I think it's okay. He probably would have dropped it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just lost.
Bag of sand, small knife, lamp. Lamp's fine. It's just a metal. It's probably dinged. Tinderbox fine. Oil flask, candle, abacus, steel mirror. Maybe.
Mirror's probably scratched up.
Yeah, because it's not a glass mirror, right? Like medieval mirrors were just really well polished pieces of metal.
Yeah, so it's a little bit dinged up, but it's salvageable.
Yeah.
And fine.
Robes, chalk, sack, sealing wax, signal whistle, rations. Okay, so the rations that he has on his character sheet he has 19 rations right now.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to start eating his rations soon, but that's fine because I'm gonna be carrying him anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you. Dave doesn't have secrets on his character sheet, so if you're carrying all his stuff, I will turn. I'll let you.
I'm just gonna add an item called Malik.
Sure.
And
Oh my god, it's like every bad adventure game. You have his entire inventory and him as a little like dead body icon.
as a thing in my inventory.
Okay,
it weighs-
unfortunately, and we can all shake our finger at Dave. He did not record the individual weight of all of his items because we made these characters right before that got handled.
Yeah.
So
Can you ballpark it for me? Or just like how much he generally weighs with all of his stuff?
I mean, he's
Let's
not
say-
wearing armor, so he's probably like me minus my armor.
he's
He's like 140-pound dude.
So he's like 60 pounds of stuff. Probably a little bit more.
I mean, if we call it 200 pounds, that's probably reasonable if you're physically carrying him. But that's going to encumber you pretty badly, right?
That puts my total weight at 351.
Which is still encumbered, but not maxed out, right?
I think it's not maxed
What's your
out.
strength?
18.
18, so times 30. You have 540 is maxed out for you.
Yeah, so I can just carry him and all of his
Oh my
shit.
God.
So,
And
however,
I put
is
him
your
down.
weapon a two-handed weapon?
It is.
Okay, you will have to drop him if you need to fight.
Yeah, no. Yeah, when we fight, I have to put
So
him
you like tie the pack to him so it doesn't come off, and then just lift him up on your shoulders.
It's not even hard. She just like scoops him up like he's a child.
Fireman's carry. The problem would
And
be
then
carrying
over.
carrying a 200-pound person and all of their gear on a 10-mile march every day. Like, holy Jesus!
I mean,
Little Fox.
that just shows you how superhumanly strong Little Fox is, right?
People,
You think about what you're capable of, what even the best humans are capable of.
So what
And
I
then-
like about encumbrance as a system, and why I think it's great in this particular adventure, is that people forget how grueling overland and dungeon style like travel is while you're carrying all this bullshit, right? Like this is the thing I love about Torchbearer, right? Where it's
I
just
have
like
never forgotten
good luck.
that.
Yeah, right. Some people have personal. If you've ever been in the army, you know all about this shit. If you've ever been spelunking, if you like doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you're a LARPer, anyone who camps, but as like a modern audience, we're so disconnected from that. Yeah.
So yeah, she just like puts him over one shoulder and like has a hand on his butt essentially to hold him in place. And yeah, she's 8 foot. She's 8 foot 2 inches tall and weighs 340 pounds to start with, and then is carrying
yeah.
her own body weight plus some in gear.
I
around
know.
the jungle, no problem.
I know Dave pretty well. We've played role-playing games together for a long time. I'm really excited to have a scene between Little Fox and Malik when he wakes up. Like, I think it's going to be so good. I can't wait. Like, you carried me? How far? All right.
Okay, so back to the map and where we're going.
Yes.
I think that I would take this opportunity to question whether or not Port Castigliar is inhabited because it's closer,
Yeah. So who do you want
but it's through forest.
Who do you want to ask about that? Are you going to ask Azaka, or do you just want to make a history check?
I think I want to make a history check first.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'd choose to ask her unless I didn't know.
Okay, sure. All right, make a history check, and then I will tell you some things you might know about.
It's gonna be bad. Not bad.
No, it's not. That's a great roll. 17. All right, so Port Castigliar. There's a lot of places named Port something. Let me find this one.
Oh, there's a squirrel.
Let's see. No, there are no squirrels in the jungle.
Oh, sorry. There's squirrels outside my house in the snow.
All right. So let's see here. Port Castigliar. I love how many times this adventure gives us pronunciation guides for things. It's actually pronounced Port Castigliar.
Castigliar.
It is a port in name only. In fact, it is nothing more than a stretch of beach, an abandoned supply depot, several battered huts, and a defiled graveyard. The undead drove away the inhabitants long ago.
Okay, so that's not a place where we
So Port Castigliar, which actually makes sense, like the naming of it. It's an Omnish port in Kitcher's Inlet, and it is long abandoned. The people there were driven off by the dead. Their own dead, in fact.
All right, then I guess Nyanzari is probably the best way to go, actually. Yeah, so I would look at the map and like do this discussion. I'd be like, oh, like I think I remember something about Port Castigliar. Maybe we can. Oh, no. I remember what I remembered, and that's that we cannot go there. It is full of dead people.
Azaka nods. She says, most of the Omnish ports suffer the same fate, or are home to the Flaming Fist now. Either way, unsafe for our kind.
Well,
hard to say what she means by that. Whether because, like, I mean, I'll leave it up to you to draw conclusions. But she includes all of you and says, like, unsafe for our kind.
I mean, we ran into them and they were really racist. So
she's human, but yes, they're racist to you,
right? And yeah, I don't think I would read on that.
Sure, that's fine.
Personally.
I mean, she might just mean Chultons, because the Flaming Fist are not safe for the indigenous people of this country either.
Flaming Fist are a mercenary company of racist assholes.
Yeah, colonizing racist assholes. I mean, not all of them, but as an organization, yeah, that's their priority. So, so she just shakes her head like, no, we don't go there.
Okay, well, then it's. 11 days travel back to the port. I would personally prefer if we stuck along the river for this one, if you're capable of that.
So I think like as you're walking and you're near the river, because the river runs by a little Firefinger. She looks at it and she looks at you and she says, yes, Port Nyanzaro is downstream. It would be very quick to get there if we had a boat.
You know, I could get there quickly without a boat.
She squints at you and she's like, how?
And I do this whole thing where I point at my gills.
And she shakes her head and she says, oh, you do not want to swim in Tiriki. Very dangerous. Parasites.
Perhaps you are unfamiliar with the dangers of the plane of water. Many dangerous things there.
She makes the Neil deGrasse Tyson like face.
Okay, yeah, no, I just if we're
we got a badass over here.
So
I've been like jumping in the water and like getting fish, and every single time I've lucked out and rolled fine on my con saves, and so like I think Arcturus is pretty much just like, what are you talking about?
So she was just teasing you, and I think she gives you a little punch in the shoulder before you like you're setting out, and she says she's like, be careful, Arcturus. No one will want to go to bed with you if you have parasites. And she like winks and like goes by.
I'm very confused.
So she walks up to Little Fox, and she says, "So we follow the river north, and don't get lost this time." And she like kind of grins sheepishly.
Yeah, and Little Fox just nods.
All right.
Very business like carrying.
Okay.
350 pounds.
So my dear friends and companions, you get to take a long rest.
Yeah, let's do that. I want.
Which means
XP!
you get baller experience points.
Yeah, this has got to be some serious.
So the Terrafolk, you defeated 10 of them. killed or drove off 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty badass. They got multi-attack. They got all kind of stuff. So
We killed 10 of them?
you killed or drove off 10 of them. Yep.
Oh, or drove off. Okay.
3 of them escaped, so you killed 7.
We were very smart about how we approached that. We fought them in the tunnels where they had to squeeze, and we had advantage against them. And then we counter-tunneled the next set and did them one by one. We got really lucky with you guiding bolting.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Finished that one off so she could climb up.
And I owe you for some spiders, too.
Scooters.
So, friends at home, you can come with me back to the encounter, and we'll do some counting. And we'll figure out how much these lovely adventurers deserve.
They don't call them encounters for nothing.
Yeah. All right. So, Firefinger, you get. Let's see here.
And Malik gets a share of this, right?
Yes, Malik will get a share. Yeah. So the Terrafolk, despite the fact that some of them are elder and some of them are regular, they're all worth the same amount.
Don't forget the Sturges.
Yep. Yeah. Sturges and all that biz. So there were 10 of them multiplied by an amount. Okay. All right. So I got them. Now there were 4 giant wolf spiders. And these guys are not that difficult, which means there's another amount. Okay. And then Sturges. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 of them. I'm trying to hold my calculator and hit the button at the same time. 9 of them, so an amount. So that amount plus this amount divided by... Oh, I need to calculate these differently because the fights with Azaka get divided by 5. Thankfully, the lion's share was done without her. So divided by 5, you get a small number and then another small number. Okay, everybody gets 85 for the first 2 fights.
Okay.
Andrew, can I rely on you to add it to Dave's character sheet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so 85 for those ones. And then the last battle did not have 5 people. It only had 4. So everybody gets another 500 experience.
What does that bring us to?
So it's 5. I mean, you're all slightly different, but it's 585.
Me and Blade will be the same, so I'm just asking. You're muted, Blade.
It definitely levels you.
1060 is what Malik is at. I'm at 1085.
Yeah, 1060 looks about right. Does that level us?
900 is the next.
900 is
Oh, it is. Holy
next
crap.
threshold, so-
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll level up. Level 3. Okay, so I have some questions because I feel like maybe this leveling process will be a bit different. So is anybody not just taking another level in their primary class?
I'm tempted to take a level of rogue.
You're why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Also, Little Fox, you were talking about maybe taking a level of druid?
Yeah, but
Way
I'm
back
gonna go
when?
to Barbarian 3.
I'm gonna check Fighter 3 and make sure that it's not one I need because I think it might be, and then I go.
Fighter
rogue,
3 is.
but-
Yeah, I mean, 3 is but there are a couple classes that aren't like that. That's true.
Yeah.
For record keeping purposes, the next level requires 2,700 experience points. So
Thank you, Blue Jay.
Cool.
Mhm.
Thanks,
Sorry, it's
Blade.
1200 XP?
2,700.
2700. I was like, that's really soon.
Yeah, 2,700.
Yeah, not 1200.
Yeah, it'll start to slow. Okay, so let's just
third levels of our martial archetypes.
yeah.
So.
So we'll do it. We'll do it
One
live. So
starter.
let's start with Blue Jay. Do you wanna level up again as a cleric?
Yes, I'll remain a cleric.
All right. Are
Just
you
cleric.
going to roll your hit points, or are you going to take 5 plus your Constitution modifier?
Last time I rolled for it. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna roll again. So what do I roll?
1d8. What's your Constitution modifier?
+3.
Okay, so /R space 1d8 plus 3.
D8.
Best of luck. three less than you would have. So
It's okay. I don't care.
so what does that put you at now?
I think 22.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna be low forever. It's fine.
At level 3, you don't gain any new features, it looks like, but you do gain access. You gain access to second level spells.
Yeah,
Neat.
that's a feature right there.
Yeah. So your first level spells now jump up to 4, and you get 2 second level spell slots.
And I think I get to prepare 1 extra spell.
Yes, because it's your level.
So tempting to go for the
roll.
sol-
Do you want
I
to
just-
go next for your advancement here? All right.
solid pick? Yeah, I would get 6 plus my con mod, which is 9. Or I can roll and get more.
Or you could get less.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chances are good you'd get less, but don't worry about it. Just let's move on. Are you gonna take the thing or are you gonna roll it?
Solidarity with Blue Jay. I'm gonna roll
shit.
it.
yes!
right.
Get better than me. Do better than me. You can do it. 1d10, right?
Boom.
All right, so you got 8 instead of what would you normally have
Nine.
gotten?
9.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
All right, so 1 less. And you get the satisfaction of having done it. What are you gonna do as your martial archetype?
I'm not entirely sure. Battlemaster seems like the super definitely the best option. I thought champion maybe just for the extra crits and then the rogue levels, but Battlemaster is probably still the best choice.
Okay. So Battlemaster is one of the PHP
Yeah.
ones.
Well, I think so.
You can go
I
fighter.
don't know the ones. I don't know the ones outside the PHP. So
That's true. Yeah, I don't know if there are any in because we're using the whole gamut of the published stuff. So yeah, I mean,
and my int is only a 12, so it's not really good enough to do Eldritch Knight or whatever.
right. Yeah. I think Battlemaster makes the most sense for you.
So do I. Seems very Ishii. It's like maneuvers and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the one that gives you like dice, and then you can spend them
Superiority,
for- Oh yeah,
superiority.
that one's fun. It's interesting because in previous editions, fighters were the least sort of tactically interesting, and now with Battlemaster, you're all over the place, right? You can be like, I
They
have lots
tons
of flexibility and choices.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you go with Battlemaster. What does that give you?
So it gives me combat superiority, which is that I get maneuvers. I learn 3 maneuvers of my choice, which are detailed under maneuvers. I'll let you know what those are. You can only use 1 maneuver per attack. And you have to spend 1 of your 4 superiority dice every time you do, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, expend it when you use it, and you get a D8 of damage with it.
Right. So your options, you've got lots of them for maneuvers, like tons.
Tons. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Trip, goad, sweep, riposte, rally, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go through that now while everybody's doing their thing and figure it
Yeah,
out.
I mean, we'll take a break because we're about time, but I just want to make sure we know what everybody's choosing. And then,
Cool, yeah.
Little Fox, we're gonna go with another level of Barbarian.
Barbarian 3.
Okay.
After this, I'll be taking Druid for 2 levels and then going back to Barbarian.
Nice.
So I can be the shapeshifty Druid plus Barbarian.
Yeah. So in the other D&D game that I'm running, we just finished an arc where there was a character that was a split Barbarian Druid. It was pretty fun.
Oh, it's Ken's character, right?
Yeah, Ken. Yeah. Okay. So your primal path.
I'm going to be Path of the Totem Warrior.
Mhm.
And so I can cast Beast Sense and Speak with Animals, but only as rituals.
Mhm.
And then I can also take a Totem Spirit.
Yeah,
which
bear, eagle, or wolf.
I'm going to take Bear,
Okay.
which makes my damage resistance be to all damage types except Psychic, rather than just to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think for the flavor, if
Yeah.
I may, Adam, can this be like the totem of the like jungle stegodon or something?
Yeah, some kind of like the Stegosaurus or something definitely makes more sense. Yeah, like a Chulton. Now there are some other totem options in Sword Coast, which is canon for this. Let me take a look. I have it here. This big pile of stuff. D&D shit. So let me see. Barbarian. elk and tiger. So that's, let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so for your primal path of the Totem Warrior, elk gives you, when you're raging, you can move an extra 15 feet per round.
Pretty good.
So high speed elk there. And then tiger is you add 10 feet to long jump and 3 feet to high jump. So both movement ones. And then at 6th level, elk doubles travel pace.
Oh.
For everyone in the party. So your travel pace is doubled, as is the travel pace of up to 10 companions. So you can move 2 hexes in a day. So in your average campaign, elk would be kind of whatever, but in this might be, for
really
6th level, might be really useful. And then the tiger is, you get 2 skill proficiencies. So athletics, acrobatics, stealth, and survival. And then for level 14, you get a bonus action to move through enemy spaces while you're raging as an elk, or like an even better, like a jump attack, right? A leap attack as tiger. But once you choose, you can't change it, I don't think, per level. Oh no, you can.
So each time you make a selection, you pick another one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but you can't go back. So you could take bear now and elk at level 6 for the mounted. Okay, or for the movement thing.
Which I think I'll probably end up doing.
Okay, dope. That's cool. And then also you'll have more options in Xanathar when Xanathar comes up.
I'm like, now I got to look at fighter stuff that's for Xanathar, but I'm picking Battlemaster, so I'm stuck, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to go hard mode and like wait on Xanathar, you could take all the mechanical benefits, but none of the special abilities of level 3.
Fuck that. I'm just gonna go with Battlemaster.
Okay.
And
Battlemaster is great. It's
Battlemaster is really good.
Cool.
Commander Strike is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Little Fox.
But I do really like the idea. I do like the idea that you're not bear. You could be like totem of the Triceratops or whatever they call it in this.
Yeah, well, let's figure that out on the break. But,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Let's take a break. You can pick your maneuvers and start getting your spell set up and stuff. And we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. Don't go anywhere. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net. hello everybody, and welcome back. It's time for some more Dungeons and Dragons. So, okay, all right, it's travel time. It's travel time through Jungle Town. So we're gonna go north along the river. We're gonna follow the river, and we're gonna head back to Port Nyanzaro, which is quite far away. Now, is anyone at risk of running out of rations or any of that? Because you're gonna need to feed Malik as well.
I am if I don't, but I've been like, if we're by the river, I can do the survival check and fish still.
I have 9 rations, which I think expends all of them before we get there.
Yes, that is true.
I am sharing in Malik's 19 rations. So yeah, I'm probably going to need to
Okay,
do some
so
survival checks to get food along the way.
Okay, all right.
And I will be trying to do so every day, and then if I can't find food, I'll eat a ration.
Right. Okay. All right. So, and also you can hustle, right? You can move at a more quick rate than normal if you find that you need to.
Yeah, if we start running low, we'll
Okay.
do that.
All right. So at a normal pace, you're going to be moving a hex, and at the start of each day, I'm going to make a check for you, but you have advantage because you have your friend.
And
so,
1d4.
Yeah. So guidance plus what's your bonus?
My bonus to survival is
5,
3 plus 2. Yeah, so 5.
Okay. Okay. So can you, Arcturus, can you make the D4 roll for me?
Uh-huh.
All right. So the blessings of Istitia plus this biz. Okay. All right. So you head north with the intent to travel this way. Cool. Okay. So let me roll to see how your day goes, and then we will go from there. I have encounters. Oh, what did you pick for your fighter level ups, Ishi?
I'm currently putting stuff in.
Okay,
I
so you're
get
figuring it out. Okay.
I get a couple of choices. And I want to add that I also got a class feature with Battlemaster, which is I have the expertise in a certain tool type now. Any tool type that I want to choose.
Nice.
So if you guys have any ideas for that, feel free to throw them my way. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I've taken Commander Strike, and now I'm picking the other 2.
Okay,
So
great.
while we march.
Sure. Okay. All right. So everybody mark off rations for the day. I assume mark off your Arcturus, mark off your whatever spell slot you use to cast.
Yeah, it's
water.
a creator destroy water.
Yeah.
It's already marked off.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to try to hunt for my food, Adam.
Okay. Well, let's have you wait on. I'll have you wait on that one for now. Okay. All right. So the day itself goes by relatively uneventfully. And so you move along the river and heading north. And as it gets close to time to rest, I need to roll a d4 here and see what happens. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, y'all are, as often happens, you don't all travel as a little tight, like, pack all the time, right? You'll usually, Azaka, sometimes Little Fox, you'll wander up ahead a little ways. And as it gets closer to night, you hear, Azaka is up ahead. The 3 of you are a little bit further behind. You hear Azaka shout in surprise and panic, and then there's like not silence, but she just like lets out a yelp of surprise from up ahead of you. She's maybe like 100 feet like up ahead from where you're at. What do you do when she makes this?
I mean, Little Fox will run to
startled
catch up.
noise.
Yeah, I'm right on your tail.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second to get this random business set up, and then I'll tell you what you see.
I'm still picking my last thing. got Commander Strike and Riposte so far. Because riposte seemed very character.
Riposte is cool.
Take one that knocks people down, or what are the other good ones? Let me weigh in with my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. You figure that out while I grab all the tokens I need for this business.
I think I'm fine with what I've got.
Mm,
I
precision-
took a
precision
spiritual
attack
weapon
to
as
actually-
my second level spell.
Spiritual weapon's a great spell. It's pretty much a given if you're a cleric.
Maybe distracting
Well,
strike.
I've never been a cleric.
Precision attack is good for sure.
People be frightened of you.
Because
Menacing attack.
Okay, let's see. That should be about the right range. Perfect. Okay. All right. So, you hear
fainting attack. Elf is what you should use.
Fainting attack.
IMO.
you hear a yelp of surprise, the rustling of bushes, and then you see up ahead of you. I've pulled everybody.
golly.
I pulled everybody to the battle map here because a fight is joined. An enormous emerald green snake has dropped from the trees and is wrapping itself around Azaka. She managed to get out a shout of surprise before it started constricting her, and so she's all like tangled up by this snake.
Little fox, you're
Up,
good fan.
up ahead of you. So, what are you gonna do? I mean, I guess we could roll initiative, but it's trying to like crush her, basically.
Go. Yeah, you were running like already. You said.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
will run up to it and try to. I'll put Malik down.
Okay. Well, let's roll initiative, and then we'll see how much constructing. It's a constructor snake. It's building its own castle over here. We'll see how much.
Well, I rolled a 1 on my initiative roll, so
Brilliant. Okay.
it's not gonna be me that gets to jump on it.
All right. Oh my God, chat. It looks like Arcturus isn't the only one that has a crush on Azaka.
Oh God.
All right.
Ow. Bug.
By the way, third move I took was parry.
Perry?
So,
Oh,
So-
Perry's
Tyler
good.
or Matthew?
uh,
All right, so Azaka is
Wow.
grappled.
Neither.
Where's my little grapple hand? There it is. All right, my friends. So so you're all the way down here, and Azaka is being snaked. She gets to go first, so she's gonna try to break free of the snake's grapple. Okay. All right. And it looks like she does. She's trying to like pull herself free, pulling up out of the snake, but it's still like there menacing her, ready to eat her. Arcturus, what are you gonna do? So she's not currently grappled.
So we're setting Malik down here.
Yeah, Malik is gonna lie here.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Okay, then I would set my backpack down next to Malik, and then run towards Azaka,
Okay.
like straight forward in the bush. So I would get to there.
Okay. Now you can't actually move in a straight line there because there's this ridge.
Okay.
So you either have to go around it or like make an athletics check to jump up onto it.
Would the athletics check mean that my speed would be?
So because this game allows for diagonal movement, you literally don't lose anything by just
Walking around
Dipping
it.
around it.
walking
Yep.
around.
That's
I just
fine.
wanted to be clear. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then does this have to touch? That's touch, yeah. So that's it.
Okay, so you start running forward. Okay, so the snake is going to try to gather up its prey again. So here it comes. So you can see her like really climbing up out of the snake, and then she looks at you like help, and then it snaps out again and wraps around her and starts to squeeze on her again. So she's grappled once more. By this big hungry snake. Cool. Okay. Ishi, what do you want to do?
second verse, same as the first. I think I'm just gonna run up here.
Okay.
To there.
Okay.
If that rock isn't in that square, I don't know where that rock is.
You can occupy the same space as that.
I can occupy
the corner of that rock. Yep.
And then I will crossbow the snake.
Nice. Okay. Sure.
Oh wait, I can't. I double move to get
Oh, okay.
there.
Yeah, because your
Never mind.
Your
Never
little
mind.
kobold legs are going. Okay.
Yeah.
Little Fox, your turn. Yeah, no one has attacked the snake yet, so. You're muted.
I'm gonna put Malik down
Okay.
here.
Let me go
next
get
to
a
the
Malik
backpack.
token.
I like the backpack token, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a cute one.
Very cute.
Okay.
Then can I still double move after putting Malik down?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I can run up next to Ishii.
Okay, so you set him down next to the pack.
Yeah, not. I mean, as gently as I can while moving.
He bounces a little. The ground is soft. It's fine.
I'm sure we've got him bundled up, so he's a little bit like stabilized.
Okay,
everything.
and
Yeah,
that's a double move.
that's my whole movement.
Okay, all right. So
If I were an elk, I could be an extra 30 feet ahead. I could be all the way here.
Wouldn't that just be excellent?
oh god,
I mean, you would have to go elk style, so you could be distracted elk.
I love it.
I have indeed thought about that.
I hate it, but I love it. Okay, so the Azaka is going to attack the snake. Actually, no, she's going to try to break free again. She's just like, God, snakes! Wow, she's awesome. All right, so she bursts free from the snake again. And she's like breathing hard. She's being constricted, pulls herself free, and she looks at you like, get me away from this damn thing.
Don't go so far ahead next time.
It's your turn, Arcturus. What are you going to do?
That was not the time for lessons.
Yeah.
I think I like while Azaka is struggling to break free in those like few seconds, I turn to Little Fox and I say, "Do you think you can talk to this thing, or should we just murder it?"
And she like nods like and has her hands up like. She
Okay.
wants to talk to it.
Okay, then I'm going to move. Yeah, I can get like to Azaka. And I'm going to. Oh, but I can't do that because that's a whole action.
Yeah.
Remained. Within range, huh? Attack roll or saving throw. No, she needs ability checks. Yeah, so I will just get like to here, which I assume is out of the range of the snaky snake at the moment, and like beckon to Azaka, and I say, Little Fox, and like point to.
Okay. The snake hisses angrily at you, as it would a competitor for food. Slithers quickly to your side and snaps out with his teeth just to bite you.
Stop! I'm trying not to.
Oh, he doesn't even have to. He's got a 10-foot range, so.
I wondered at that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he can be here and still
Well,
get
12
you.
doesn't hit me anyway.
Yes, yeah, it gets a 12. So yeah, his sort of pig-nosed, like blunt head snaps out at you. This isn't a
And
venomous
like it
snake.
gets my like shield, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
bang! And it's
no.
like, yeah, it doesn't hurt, but you get knocked back, and you can feel like your arm goes a little numb from this thing because it's huge, right?
Yeah,
and it
it's
just
a big ass
bang!
snake.
His head crashes into the thing, and it hisses angrily at you, trying to scare you away from this tasty morsel it has discovered. Ishii, your turn.
So don't shoot it.
I say, looking at Little
She
Fox.
could probably hold an action.
Okay. I aim my crossbow and try not to shoot it, but hold action for when diplomacy fails.
Ishii's got her hand on the button.
And when diplomacy fails, I fire a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
That's my plan.
All right. Little Fox.
So, I'm gonna move up another 30 feet, and then once I'm within 30 feet of this thing, I feel like do that right. Yeah. I feel like I can talk to it from here. It's not that far.
Yeah, 30 feet it would hear you.
And yeah, this is like the loudest you've ever heard her talk because she has to speak such that she can be heard across this distance. And she's just like, no, you just leave. There are many of us. To go away. Just eat something else, please.
Okay. So this sounds like you are using persuade. Right? That's the skill that you're intending to use here?
I'm going to spend my inspiration.
Okay.
Because I'm at a -2 on persuade. But I get a 17.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So the snake just, it can understand you, but you can't understand it, right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just, opens its mouth a little and like hisses at you. And Azaka looks to you, Little Fox, and she's like, I don't think it's working.
And yeah, like Little Fox like keeps talking. She's just like, yes, you're very proud and scary, and we don't want to have to fight you, and we don't want you to have to fight us.
So is this the indication that it has failed?
Has diplomacy failed? I mean, the snake is angry though.
I mean, it hissed. It's not attacking again.
Okay, fine. I'll wait till it definitely fails.
Its turn is still before your turn, so if it attacks, that means diplomacy failed.
So Azaka draws her scimitar. Do you, Little Fox? Are you like stop like to her?
No, I think I say that.
Okay, so she draws her scimitar and like lifts it up over her head.
Just wait.
And she looks at you and she's like, "It tried to eat me."
I mean, it didn't actually. It didn't put its mouth on.
That's not the point. It's intent.
A predator.
And so the two, she basically wastes her turn just shouting with you, like, I'm going to hit it.
Fox is just like, it's a snake. What else is it going to do? Like,
all right, Arcturus.
She doesn't move away at all?
Well, if she moves away, it gets an attack of opportunity on her.
Right. And I think...
So it's doing that thing that snakes do that somehow works in the wild, where it's just like slowly coiling around her feet, like, I'm not doing anything. Just being a snake. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It totally works on like, river pigs or whatever. But so it's just like, slowly like curving its tail around behind her. And she's just yelling at you like, let me hit it. Come on.
I think I'm going to use... I think I'm also going to like have my crossbow out and ready. What's the
thing here too is that we all know that the mask she has lets her talk to animals.
Yeah.
So she's not wearing the mask, so she hasn't got it equipped. It may not even be attuned to her.
And this is the thing is that Arcturus knows because he's the one that identified it, right?
Yeah.
So you know what the mask does. Just a reminder.
Yes.
Right. I think I'm gonna I have my crossbow out. I'm pointing it at the snake, and then I'm just like, what about that mask of yours? Wouldn't that be helpful here? And I also am gonna hold an action in case diplomacy has failed.
Dude, you can't take in my trigger.
So she looks.
That's the thing. If the snake attacks Azaka, I'm going to shoot it.
So you say to her, what about that mask? And she's like, what does the mask have to do with anything?
It allows you to befriend animals. Don't you know? Why did...
She looks at you and she's like, quiet with your nonsense. Let me kill this thing.
You have no idea what the mask does. And this is also like...
right. And so while all of this is happening...
you guys are having a angry conversation about stuff while a giant snake...
The snake has wormed its way around here and is going to attempt to constrict... I think it's going to go for you, Arcturus, this time.
I fire.
So, yeah, diplomacy failed.
Well, I mean, yes, you can definitely fire for sure. Yep.
I mean, if the trigger is fulfilled, if it's attacking one of my...
That wasn't the trigger. The trigger was when diplomacy fails, but that's your call.
I mean, it's it's trying to attack us.
I shoot it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Also, I don't want Andrew to get all the XP for this giant snake.
You'd all get it. You're all present for this.
This one we were all involved in.
Light crossbow. 19, 7 damage.
Okay. So you hit it, and it's mad, and it's like whatever you said to it, like, hey, we don't want to fight. It's like hisses angrily, and then
tries to at me, bro.
Tries to grab you. Listen, it's just a snake. It's not that smart. It has 1 intelligence. Okay.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. No, that's never gonna work. So yeah, I was like waiting for it to like go for Azaka, and then it like does the whole like snake thing around me, and my crossbow just like goes up.
And that's exactly, and that's the thing is that its head comes up and it's like pointed at Azaka, and Azaka is like, "All right, come here," and like lunging, and then all of a sudden there's a yelp as Malik it wraps around your body and like squeezes you in your armor.
Why do you keep getting me mixed up for Malik?
Or Arcturus? Yeah, so you get squeezed. So so you're all
Ow.
squeezed up. You take 13 damage, and you are restrained and grappled.
Okay.
So restrained.
I think they're mostly the same.
I think they are. I think these are the ones that are the same. Your speed is 0. No bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage.
Lovely.
All right.
I'm so glad we tried to negotiate with this.
And so the snake, grabs you up, and it's just like squeezing the life out of you.
Wait, is this constrict? Is this a melee attack?
Yes.
Totally is. I'm gonna fucking
Give him the rapid
zap it.
storm.
I'm zapping it. It
All
hit
right.
me with a melee attack.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm. I got an 18.
So you take half of R. Bella, what are you doing right now?
So half of 9, so 4. All right. Yeah, so the snake grabs you. There's a jolt as you tase it with your taser body, and it I think like constricts harder, like it flinches and all its muscles tighten up. But it definitely hurt both you and it. Ishi?
I think I just move forward 30 feet and then shoot again.
Okay.
Twang. Could you?
Okay, yeah, you hit.
12.
Such a gentle shot sound. All right, thunk. There's another meaty sound as the crossbow quarrel digs itself into the side of the snake. Little fox.
I mean, okay, yeah, I rage and I go. She's just like really upset that we're hurting this thing, and therefore like goes into a absurd blood rage, and then is gonna just do the murdering herself. So
Okay.
so
God damn it, Adam. You're the worst.
Oh shit.
I rolled
Sorry,
twice.
so the first one. Sorry, I don't know why I rolled twice.
Yeah, I don't want to roll twice. That first one was a double crit, so nice work on that.
So I hit it for
21.
Holy crap.
23 damage.
Right.
Because I guess my rage damage bonus only applies once.
Yeah, once, yeah.
Yeah.
So what does this look like?
You
You don't kill it, but you like come running up and just smash the thing right in the head.
Yeah, there's this like big, deep bellow. And she like runs up to it, leaps onto its back, and just like clocks it in the back of the head. And it's totally not, it's preoccupied with other people. And yeah, she's just like it's almost words. Like if she weren't raging, she'd be yelling at it for not like just leaving.
Mhm.
Like, it didn't have to be like this, basically. It doesn't as words properly because she's just like overwhelmed with her uncontrolled anger.
Awesome. Okay. Azaka is gonna move over to Arcturus, and she grabs your arm with both hands, puts her feet up on the snake, and starts pulling on you. So you have advantage on your attempt to escape.
Okay. Cool.
It is your turn, Arcturus. Now you don't have to escape, but you are restrained, so disadvantage and all that stuff is happening.
You are encouraged to escape.
Yeah, you're
though.
encouraged.
What would the attempt to escape be? Athletics?
It's an athletics check with a DC of 16.
Yeah, with help from Bazaka, I would attempt to like rid myself of this foul beast.
You got advantage. Try to get squeezed.
Rid myself of this spell.
No.
No.
So the two of you are just like, I'm just like trying to yank you out from inside the
Turns
the
out
snake.
trying to yank someone out of a snake coil is actually pretty hard.
Yeah, it turns out this thing's real strong. All right, I'm gonna make a check because you're pounding on him pretty good. Let's see if he decides to stand for it. Oh yeah, he's doubling down. So like, quick.
Wait, I have a bonus action.
Yeah, okay. If you want to use your bonus action.
Why is it not going?
Spiritual weapon.
Nice. Okay. What does your spiritual weapon look like? What kind of spiritual weapon do I need to go find you in the token library? Trident?
Is my spiritual weapon a trident too?
It's up to you. It can be whatever cool weapon thing you want.
I want it to be like, I want it to look like kelp.
Nice.
And like
That's gonna be harder for me to find.
Like a whip.
Yeah. So it
of kelp maybe.
it's just it basically it like can become like any kind of weapon. It's just like it's made out of kelp.
Well, when you summon it, it always looks the same. It's your spiritual weapon.
It always looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like what it is it's like this is the first time I've used it because I just leveled up to have it, and it comes out of because the snake is here. Mm-hmm. It is like, yeah, it's sort of like a whip, but it can also do like the coiling and like snake like constricting, but it is just basically like a piece of kelp. And in this case, it is like lashing out at the snake like a whip.
All right, I have found you a whip, a green whip.
That's cool. That works.
There's your kelp whip. Can you move that token?
Where is it?
What a cool whip.
Yes, I can.
All right, so here's your whip. Get out of here, Elf! You're fired again.
Weapon. It's a spiritual weapon. Does that mean that we're gonna ghost ride the whip?
Who is controlling this dope whip? Yeah, it's a beautiful whip. It's very hype. Now you got to get dumb. All right, so cool whip. And how long does it last? 10 rounds?
Let me check. Yeah, a minute.
Okay, so there's your cool whip. Cool whip. All right, so there you go. I'm going to add this. Hold on. I just have to do a tiny bit of GM housekeeping here. I'm going to add it to our token screen so that later when you cast it again and again and again, we have it available to us. I forgot about the too cute to live lich graffiti. That's nice. Good work. Good work, team. Doing it. All right. So anyhow, you conjure the whip and then you use it, but let me double check here. Spiritual whip.
It says the casting time is 1 bonus action. In chat.
Okay, so you can't both cast. Do you get a free shot? Yeah, you get a free shot when you cast it. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. So yeah, it appears.
You can make a melee spell attack.
There's a crack of thunder as the whip lashes out against the snake and deals him 5 force damage. All right. Now you are still constricted.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
gonna pass out. It's fine.
He has advantage. Let's see. I think he just gets to squeeze you again. So advantage on this roll to try to squeezify you.
Bye.
Definitely did not need the advantage. You take 16 bludgeoning damage.
I'm out.
Okay. Unfortunately,
I'm out.
your kelp whip
doesn't joke around.
Your kelp whip disappears.
That's fine. I don't want to die.
This is the you've hit level 3 bitches encounter.
So Arcturus passes out in the loving embrace of the snake, and Azaka shouts like no, and is like pulling on him, trying to get him free. Ishi, it's your turn.
Well, it's time to activate running in and stabbing a guy.
Yeah, so as you're running in, the snake's head is coming back. It's like dislocating its jaw, and like you can see it deciding how big Arcturus is to like go and start trying to swallow him.
So I run in and hang on. Do I have any new fancy abilities that could help us out here? Commander Strike. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can forego one of your attack. Oh, that doesn't help me right now because it'll forego my only attack.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Commanding Strike is good if you can't get in to hit something, or if I'm going to do more damage than you.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
And when I recall, it takes up your bonus action and your reaction too.
Point of order. Of order. Forgot up until this point, but point of order. Sunlight. How we doing?
By the river, there isn't that much cover, but it is like
It was raining just yesterday.
overcast.
Yeah.
This is why this game needs like a luck. Let me roll the die of fate.
Okay.
You're fine. It's overcast.
Okay, sweet. So pack tactics gives me advantage here, and I attack. And I will do so with my rapier. Whoosh.
You got pack tactics, so you crit that shit, right?
Sweet ass pack tactics.
That's right.
For that lovely
19.
19
That's
damage.
a lot of damage. All right, so I mean, it's up to you if you want to behead him with your rapier, as is traditional, or describe to me how you kill this giant constrictor snake. So it's like leaned back, hissing, gets ready to wow, and then
I think this is one of those situations
you just
where
leap into its mouth.
no, it is turned to look at me as I like run up making noise after it's crushed
Arcturus?
Arcturus, my brain.
Like a can of tuna.
I was just like crushed Arcturus. It turns and it strikes towards me, and I stick my rapier out as if to plunge it directly into its face, and it impales itself on my sword. Like
Right.
the roof of its mouth directly, the fangs, the snake mouth is like all around Ishi as it like goes limp, basically. Like, huh. That was close.
Yeah, so the thing just
Okay.
just slumps to the ground.
I guess I make a
And
Death
yeah,
save?
Little Fox is like tearing like the constricted area, like just widening that out, getting in there to try to pull Arcturus out.
Do I need to make a death save, or do you have a healing kit, or
I have a herbalism kit.
you should have
herbalism
the
kit
healing
doesn't do it.
kit.
It's a healing kit that would do it.
Let me check
You
Malik's.
bought one. Someone bought one because I made them.
I think Malik has it.
Mm.
Not on his sheet.
I made sure that somebody
Do you
bought a
have
healing
it?
kit.
Is it on your sheet?
No, because why would I have it? The whole point was for me not to have it.
I thought you had it.
Yeah, where's the healing kit? Who's got the first aid kit?
Do
No,
I
but
have
somebody
it?
we bought a healing kit. I remember.
Maybe it's in his incredibly. Oh no, here it is. Healer's kit. It's just not in the toolkit area.
Right, because
Okay.
it's not technically a toolkit, yeah.
So, she
But it's
just,
all the
like-
way. It's all the way back over here.
Yeah. She
So
like
do I have to
tears
make one
out
death save before? Probably the amount of time that it would take
Well,
to go.
you don't need the kit. Anyone can make a
I'll
roll.
just make the roll. And
Okay.
Does anyone else have the skill?
So
No.
Ishi kills it. Little Fox, your rage goes away because you're gonna
Yeah, and I'm
or whatever.
like
I guess you're still in
trying-
rage. You're rage healing, but it'll go away.
Well, yeah, I'm like prying him out of the snake's coils to try to
Yeah.
make sure he's alive. And so yeah, I guess I'll just roll medicine. I
Okay.
get an 8.
Okay. So not sufficient. Your medical skills. Azaka, I guess she can also make a roll. So Azaka pulls you free from the constrictor's coils, and she's gonna make a. That's based on medicine is wisdom, right?
Medicine is based on wisdom.
Yes.
All right, you're fine.
Okay. Cool.
So she pulls you free, and I think she just throws you on the ground, gets on top of you, and like starts giving you like chest compressions because you need to start breathing again, right? So she
because I've been like, "Ugh."
gives you CPR, and then stands up when
Does
you start
that mean
coughing.
That they're
No,
with their mouths.
You don't actually need to
Fill the
do
lungs.
that.
You
no,
have to fill the lungs, Adam, or it doesn't work. Otherwise, you're just suffocating the person.
yeah, no.
So she has to fill the lungs. Just her mouth to his mouth. That's how it works. He said CPR.
Yep. No, it's fine. So she shocks you back
Your
into
first kiss.
stability. Well, what's funny is that you stay
There it is.
you stay unconscious though.
Yeah.
So
Someone
it'll take
pours
you.
water in his mouth. So that
Yeah.
Oh right. Like you're like air, water.
What do I do? She throws you in the river. You're,
Yeah, no, it's
flopping
totally,
around like a tuna.
Like she does the CPR, and I start making like weird like gurgling noises, and my like gills like
Mhm.
open and close, and it sounds like I'm suffocating. And then you like see my chest rise really hard, and then like air rushes out of my mouth, and then it's like okay, his body remembered to breathe air, not water. We're fine.
Right. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you defeat the giant constrictor snake. Oh, I mean, a little tragically. This all could have gone differently with a different roll, but that's how it goes.
How high would I have had to roll, Adam? I'm just curious.
It
has
probably
one
wouldn't. It probably
intelligence.
wouldn't have been that difficult. Like the thing is dumb, but it's easy to frighten off. But I mean, basically anything lower than 10 is just a no go.
No, but I got a 17.
You got a 17
When did you get 17? Oh,
On my persuasion.
on the persuasion.
why did you have advantage on that?
Because
You
I
used his
my
inspiration.
Inspiration.
Oh, that's right. Well, keep your inspiration then.
Rip.
Yeah, that
Okay.
totally would have done it. I forgot that you said it and then made
was
the
like,
roll and I didn't
damn.
hear that part.
Damn,
Yeah.
this.
I
sneaky-
died.
Yeah,
because
17
of
17 would
mistake.
totally have done it. No, keep your inspiration, obviously.
Oh, I'm so sad now. This could have been.
We could have not killed this snake.
Too late. It's fine. Listen, I could have lied to you and just been like, it would have been DC 20 or whatever, but I'm not that kind of GM. So
Why?
yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
It's tragic.
It's
Life is
tragic.
tragic in the
this
jungle.
poor snake. And yeah, I think like Little Fox just looks really forlornly at this snake she had to kill,
Mm-hmm.
and then starts portioning it into rations.
Yeah, for real.
And like get a fire going to cook it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure how many rations you get from a snake.
I feel like we could.
A giant one?
We can't make rations out of it because we'd have to smoke and cure the meat.
Yeah.
Do we cut it open and then like whatever it ate recently is what we get rations out of?
No, we can just eat snake today.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Okay, sure. Yeah, no one has to
Spares
mark
us
any.
1 day of rations, right?
Yeah, nobody has to mark anything. That's fine.
Eat this weird, gamey snake.
Nothing wrong with snake.
Enormous snake
Nothing
steak.
wrong with snake meat. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, it probably
As
just had a lot of
Chad
giant rip
pointed
bones
out,
in it.
Andrew, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I was mistaken.
ugh.
I won't snake that mistake again.
So now we should take a break and never ever come back.
Yeah, sorry guys. The show's
Your
over. for me.
words are like poison.
Your words are like poison.
Aw, thanks. Thanks for saying such a nice thing about me.
it takes me
listen.
3
On a,
hours
on a
to wake-
scale of 1 to 10, how bad was that? I can do this all day.
God damn.
Listen, I got these puns all serpent up
leave
inside me.
Experience behind us like shed skin.
Welcome to the Pungle, kids. Welcome to the Pungle. All right, so in 3 hours you'll wake up, but that's okay because it was the end of the day. You can make camp somewhere around
Make
here.
camp right here next to the snake corpse.
Yeah, and we start a fire and we eat the snake.
Yeah,
How much XP is murdering a snake?
right, because there is a long rest. Let me get my
Just to do all the bookkeeping.
calculatrix.
Good
here.
old fashioned snake murder.
I'm sorry, chat.
Everybody gets 90 experience.
I'm as sorry to you as I am to the snake I had to kill.
Oh.
Yeah, which we didn't actually have to kill.
Yeah, scare quotes had to.
Had to.
Thanks, Adam.
I mean, he came right at us.
The snake had a knife. We all saw it.
We all saw it. Yeah.
That snake had a knife. Okay.
This snake definitely wasn't armed, Adam. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
He's got 2 arms. They're holding guns. All right. So
I hate all of you.
someone
I
at the
so
very beginning
much.
of the stream asked, "Is it possible to run Tomb of Annihilation seriously?" Not today, my friend. Not today.
Not with us
But
right
also, I think the answer is yes, just not for us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, there are serious moments, but mostly it's just silly.
At the player level, we're being totally ridiculous, but the characters are actually having a totally serious experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Arcturus.
Well, Arcturus is ridiculous, but like
I
makes
still
sense. I don't know.
I still
Maybe
want
this
to.
doesn't feel gonzo, right?
No,
Like,
it doesn't.
Yeah,
Totally.
compare and contrast what's going on for the characters with, say, I don't know, White Plume Mountain, for example.
Oh my
that
god.
was some gonzo nonsense.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about White Plume.
Don't talk to me ever about White Plume Mountain.
All right. So, day 1, traveling up the river. You didn't have to. All in all, it worked out okay because you didn't have to. You didn't have to get rations. You get to eat this giant snake, so that's cool. So the next day, can we get that D4 roll for blessing, and then I'll roll the.
A little bruised and battered, but Istitia can still bless us.
Okay.
You'd be full health because we long rested, right? So.
Why is it taking so long?
You got it. 'Cause
3 again.
listen, God works in mysterious ways. Okay. All right, so +3 to whatever I end up rolling here. All
His
right.
ways are expressly not mysterious, though. We know exactly how they work.
Yeah.
Regimented and defined.
It's the difference between religion in D&D and religion in real life. It's real clear. You say these words, this thing happens. All right. So you head north upriver again, and on this day, let's
We all get
see.
super tetanus.
I think like the whole time we're walking, I'm like talking about how we almost died and how cool was that weapon, and surely the goddess Titia has blessed our journey. And by the way, did you see my cool kelp whip? And like, because like that's the first time I've ever used it. So yeah.
Yes, very cool. That's very interesting. Try not to get crushed to death next time.
Azaka says to you, the weapon that your god gives you to fight evil is a whip made out of a plant.
Yes.
Why not something useful like a sword or a battering ram or a dragon?
Is Titia is not the god associated with dragons? You'd be looking for, I don't know, Tiamat or something.
So a shark then, or a whale to drop upon your enemies.
A shark would be good. Yes,
I don't understand.
I mean, maybe next time we defeat a bunch of creatures and I level up, I'll get a shark to drop on my enemies. Who knows? The god works in mysterious ways.
She squints at you and she says, I thought that the gods of were strange. The gods of the sea are... And she shakes her head and she says, Ubtao would give us a dinosaur to fight our enemies. 10 dinosaurs.
No, perhaps when we go to Port Nyanzaru, we can find a follower of Ubtao to join us on our
You should
travels.
change your religion. This sea god is not doing you any good.
Excuse me?
She pats you on the shoulder and she's like, I will take you to church. You can learn to do this a better way.
Actually, that'd be great, but I'm not changing my god. That's not how religion works.
She shrugs and she says, suit yourself, fish whip.
I don't know how to respond to that.
She just like walks away.
In all of this, does Ishi fail to point out that we have a dragon with us? It's Ishi.
No, she is listening to this conversation. And they're like, maybe we get a dragon. She's like, I know dragon.
Yes, somewhere Tinder waits. All right, so this day goes by uneventfully. So everybody who has rations to mark off the rations.
Can I fish?
Yeah, you're by the river, so you certainly can.
Are we by the river, or have we gotten?
No, you
hopelessly
are.
lost?
You're fine. You're traveling upriver still. You haven't
Okay.
had to leave the riverside.
I would. Guidance is ability check, so I will cast guidance on myself and attempt to obtain fish for the whole party.
The whole party, hey?
I mean, yeah, you said that it's
Just a much more
higher,
difficult. It's a much more difficult check. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, it's a higher check to try and get it for everybody, but
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead and make the check.
1d4 13.
Nope. No. You get enough for yourself.
Okay, I get enough for myself, and then I do I have to make a con save?
Does he get the leeches?
Yeah, because you're eating. And again, Azaka looks at you like, "Ugh, you shouldn't eat that."
10.
Let me check what the DC was on this. Let's see here.
I don't want to be picking leeches out of your gills. All right.
Okay, I believe it's in the expedition begins. Maybe where it's diseases. See, diseases. Here we go. And you got a 10. I think you're okay because you're not like drinking from the river,
No.
but you were swimming around in it. So, okay, all right. So you're fine. The 10 is okay. You have to fail this real bad to make it happen.
Good. I'm glad that I don't have to fail really.
Or like submerge yourself in the river for a long time, swim around in it, etc.
So if we were on a boat and I was swimming the whole way, then it would be much harder.
Yes, every single day you'd be making this
Yeah.
check and like, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So let's have the next day's travel. So get that blessing, and I'll roll.
Or
All
Miss
right.
Titia is happy with us.
Yeah, today is a good one. Let's see how it goes. Unless I roll really, really badly for you. Let's see.
I mean, Miss Titia tried.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah. This was a good day.
Why do I have a feeling that means it was a bad day?
So
Because you know Adam.
you continue north along the river. I know that it looks on the map like you're on the west side of it, but you're not. You're on the east until you tell me you want to cross the river. So you're following on
Across the river.
Do you want to do that today?
I mean, this is kind of where we crossed it previously, right?
Yeah, in the bend. In the bend.
curvy bit.
Sure.
Mhm.
Well, let's see if you encounter anything today. Nope. Another safe day of travel. And do you want to try to fish for everybody again?
Yes.
Because you are still near the thing. All right, do it.
Okay, so again, I will ask for the blessings of Istitia.
Okay. Same thing. You can feed yourself, but everybody else needs to eat rations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm not good at fishing for other
It's
people.
all right.
You know, in my culture, it is there's another caste of people who do fishing and care
Wow.
for.
Listen, where I'm from, we pull ourselves up by our snorkels, okay? And we don't rely on other people to get us food. So
Yes, well, in my culture, we all work together towards the same goals. Together.
it's called pack tactics. Come on.
There's only one. I only got 2 or 3 fish. That's not enough for you. He says, like, having like just like swallowed the rest of like.
And I just take a ration out of my bag or just eat dried biscuit or whatever.
The last precious morsels of pocket soup.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lemon
the
spread.
pocket, the really,
Oh God,
the continually mixed pocket soup with water and whatever supplies we have. There's some snake meat in there now.
That's disgusting.
It's just like a bowl made of pocket, like a pocket that you don't clean and you just
You
put
just
more stuff in.
ferment
Oh,
stuff.
it's like a cast iron skillet. You don't
Yeah.
wash that shit.
Yeah, you
It's
know.
like
I'm seasoning my cloak.
Oh yeah.
it's like
Gross.
when you make sourdough bread.
Oh no.
Yeah, you have
You're
a
just
starter.
growing yeasts in your
Blah,
pocket.
Blah blah blah. All right.
Yeah, kobolds are gross. Great.
It is known.
So I have 15 more days of rations from Malik's pack.
Okay. So a
Two
week,
at
a weekend.
2 per day.
Yep.
Because I'm feeding Malik and myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
New day?
Arcturus, the next day. Let's get that blessing going.
Not as good.
Only one today. All right.
Istitia is mad at you for making fun of me for not giving you fish.
Okay. So you're heading to this hex today.
Yeah, going
Okay.
along the river.
All right. So following the river and. All right. Let's see how the day goes. Okay. You are okay for today. Today's no problem.
And we're still by the river?
Yes. Yeah. So continue. So you can go ahead and fish. See how it goes.
This time I promise I'll get more fish.
I've
It's like
got it.
every day he goes down to the river and comes back with like a single fish.
No, this day. Today I
Could be the
promise.
day.
There you go.
18.
Okay. So this day, what is it that you get from the river? Like,
I feel like it's the same. Like I only get like 1 or 2 fish, but today, like at this portion of the river, for some reason, the fish are like giant, like very big, like heavy fish. And so like I come back and I have like I've taken off my the like armor to like be like messing around in the water, and I have like my arms like dragging behind me, and I'm like, oh, you know, the river today was bountiful, and like 2 like giant like 30-pound fish I was like, yeah.
So I mean, if we're using like the river Tariki or the Soshin Star, like the rivers in Chult, to be like like the Congo, which I think they're inspired by. There are some big weird fish in the Congo River. Like you could definitely come back and be like, haha, look what I got.
Yeah, there's some big weird fish, but they have a lot of meat on them and they're edible.
Okay.
Do I have to make another con save?
Yes, yeah, for doing your swimming. Okay,
We
so you're
can
fine.
cheat.
I don't think that Azaka is like, I'll pass on the weird river fish. Thanks.
But we can cook them; they'll be fine.
She's okay. She's got her own
So,
food. She's not.
Yeah,
down.
Little Fox will gut and clean these fish and cook them over the fire.
Nice.
And I eat like I'm like, oh, don't cook my bits. I don't.
Just tears off like half a fish and hands it to you, and then resumes cooking the rest.
She waits patiently by the fire for you to be done cooking because the times where she's intervened in your culinary process have been,
Really bad.
You get the slap.
Rejected. Exactly. Just waits patiently.
And then I just like dole out the fish to anyone that wants fish. I feed some to Malik carefully. I think I have to like chew his food for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw,
I cannot wait until you have to explain all this stuff to him.
I feed some of the fish to my little mouse pet who I still have with me.
That mouse has been through some shit.
Malik wakes up. Why does my mouth feel like I was making out with a furball at a seafood restaurant?
Well, I'm not breathing for him and I'm not mouth to mouthing it. I'm chewing it and then I put it in my hand and like put it in his mouth and
Gross.
give him some water. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's fine. It's necessary. Okay, all right. So so the day ends with a meal of fish around a campfire by the river, with the sounds of the jungle all around you, lulling you collectively to sleep. So let's take our last break here, and we'll come back and we'll see if we can get you to Port Nyanzaru. So stick around, everybody. We will be right back with the conclusion of today's episode after this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Going to the conclusion of today's episode, and we're gonna end this one a little bit earlier than usual. This won't be a full hour because there's a whole bunch of other great stuff happening on twitch.tv/D&D after we are done. So we're gonna play like 40 minutes or so, and then we're fade into the darkness. But we'll be back next week.
Give them time to be cool.
That's right. Give them their time to be cool, and I promise you, they're gonna be awesome, but not as punny as us. I guarantee it. And if they think they are, I'll fight you, Mike Merles.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. All right. So let's do the thing. So it is the next day, right? Continuing your journey. So Blue Jay, if you would, please have Arcturus channel the power of your god for an exciting +2. All right. Let me see. So it's a +7 total. Okay. All right. So you continue your journey through the jungle, and let's find out if there is anything going on today. All right. So you set out, and in the morning, your journey is interrupted. So
Is it the flaming fist?
Let us see by what. What's everybody's passive perception?
My passive perception is 13.
Okay.
Same.
13?
Where?
The bottom of your skills.
Oh. 10.
Okay. All right. So Arcturus and Little Fox, you will get to have an action.
Okay.
But Azaka and Ishii are going to be surprised. So let me set up the encounter for you, and I will let you know, because this one's an ambush. So it just happens to you as you are traveling on the road.
Lovely.
Are we gonna get grunged?
No. I would be much more hype if it were grungs. I'd be like, and then there'd be grungs. Damn grungs.
Grungs.
No, we're waiting on grungs. Not grungs yet. Let me see. Here we go.
Next time we go to the port, we should get a lot more side quests.
Yeah, you want to pick up some side quests?
Listen, I've leveled up twice since I met Red side quest. I'm gonna go back and.
I totally don't remember like what Red side quest's deal was.
He is one of the thugs outside of that church.
That's right. Yeah. Because there were those dudes who were harassing the priest.
Yeah. Harassing a priest.
Harassing a priest isn't any.
I was gonna duel him, and then you told me not to, basically.
I hinted heavily that it would be a bad call for you. Okay, so let's get this biz set up. And I think let's just move this out of the way and put Malik over here. All right, everybody. So you are traveling in a smaller, like tighter group, so that to prevent.
Since Azaka got attacked by a snake.
And as you're walking along the river, it's morning. You've just set out. Maybe you've been traveling about an hour. There is a splash from the riverbed and a deep hissing sound as two very hungry-looking crocodiles burst out of the water and lunge for the two closest people to the water, which in this case end up as Azaka and I guess I can roll randomly. Let me see who the closest are. So we're looking at Little Fox and Azaka, which makes sense because the two of you are sort of scouting ahead. Little Fox, you see them coming, but Azaka is surprised. Let me drag you over to the map.
Gosh darn snappity lizards.
Yeah, big hungry. All right. So yeah, they burst out of the water. And
wow, those are big.
Yeah, they're big angry crocodiles. So pop out of the water, water splashes everywhere, and they come lunging for you, hungry for meat. So let me clear the initiative order, and we will see what happens here. So go ahead and get up on that initiative. Okay.
Rather unwise of them to attack us.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're crocodiles.
Unwise. Attack a wizard.
As I say, is this battle station going to be fully operational by the time my friends arrive? Okay, so Azaka and Ishii both are just like, "What? Crocodiles?"
Yeah.
He is probably midway through talking about something.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And
She's
then,
currently yelling towards you 30 feet away, basically being like,
And another thing, why have we been stepping in dark mud all the way up this riverbank when we could have been further in?
like that kind of shit.
yeah. And then, bam, crocodiles. Little Fox, you can react, though. What are you going to do?
I put down Malik's body.
Okay.
Does this take an action?
No, dropping Malik is a free action as part of a move.
Great. And then I will move to the nearest crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend inspiration.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to talk to the crocs. I'm going to talk to the crocodiles.
All right, talk about
Wait, you have to spend inspiration to persuade.
This time.
This time, you're spending inspiration.
To be
Okay.
clear.
Okay, we're
With
clear.
advantage.
Now, I will set the DC of whatever you're choosing to do based on what approach you take, right? Because they're crocodiles, different things will take different. It'd be harder or easier.
So they like come splashing up.
They're being all aggressive and huge and like, I'm gonna eat you.
Flex on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so Ishii just like, or sorry, not Ishii.
Everybody's confused about what character they're playing. It's fine.
Just puts her arms up and looms over them. So she's like, her profile is like 10 feet tall, like
Mm-hmm.
this is massive shape, and she's just like, "Argh."
Okay, all right. So you're gonna try to intimidate them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to intimidate them.
Okay.
And she just says, "Go away, little rats," and like, grrr,
Scaring them
looms
off.
over them.
Okay. Oh
Does it work?
no! It sure doesn't. Oh, you tried though. You tried.
So yeah, they're trying to be all scary, and I'm just like, I am also scary.
And they're like, cool, we're gonna eat you.
And then they keep coming at me.
Yeah.
So I will go into my barbarian rage. now.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good plan. Okay.
See, the narrative is going to be that this never works when she does this.
Mm-hmm.
That was about the secret scorpion time where it worked, and it should have worked. But
Yeah. The gods are conspiring against you. All right. Snappy boys. So the two of them both come rushing towards you because you're the big meat.
I'm the big scary meat thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna eat me.
But also I need to make a quick roll here.
just throw them Malik and keep going.
Oh, you guys are hungry? Oh yeah, here I brought you this.
So
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna because I trust you. You are my friends and players of this game. I will trust the people whose characters can't see this to know that this is happening. So there are two more crocodiles. They are moving from the bush out into the water. If you have a 12 or higher passive perception, you see them. Everyone else does not.
Cool.
I see them.
So these croco beasts, they have a
Keep
swim.
back pressing the wrong thing on the sheet.
All right. So they start to move into the water. So this is 20 feet of land and then 30 feet. All right, so they're swimming. They're underwater, these two right now. Okay. All right, so they just slip out of the bushes and then into the water and start swimming that way. The other two that are attacking our enraged barbarian, they make an attack. So the first one snaps its jaws out at you and bites you for 4 piercing damage. And you are now grappled.
Okay.
And then the other one bites you. And that one misses. So the first one...
have advantage when they have me grappled.
Yes, you're restrained.
Because I'm restrained.
Yes. So the other one hits you too. So you're grappled by both of them, I guess.
They both have
I
their
think-
jaws on like various
Yeah.
parts of
So like one snaps your arm and like pulls you down, and the other one grabs your leg. And what if you were not a PC and a barbarian and a competent warrior? What would happen is you would get ripped in half by crocodiles.
No, and instead she's just like, "Grrr," and like pulling them.
I like the idea that they both bite one of your arms, and now you have crocodile gloves, and you're just punching them into each other.
No, I think one's got like a leg or something.
Yeah, one's got your leg, one's got your arm, and they both have you glommed and are like yanking on you and
trying to like
pulling
shake
you.
the one off.
I'm
Yeah.
so far away.
All right, so you take 8 damage from that one, so you've taken
I'm taking 6
total. Okay, Arcturus, it's your turn.
I am so far away. I need to get closer. So I'm gonna stand on the lip of this minor ledge right here, and then I will probably just crossbow because I can't get close enough to hit them with a regular weapon.
I cast Minor Ledge.
Yeah, I think, I can't get close enough to touch without Anna still be able to do anything. So yeah, I'll just crossbow.
Okay.
Boom! 6 damage on that guy.
This one? Okay. All right. You hit him, and he snarls, and is angry. Okay. Anything else, Arcturus?
Oh, I don't think so. No.
Okay. All right. Azaka runs over, and she draws her scimitar and gets to make her 2 scimitar attacks.
Whooshing, whooshing.
Misses terribly, and then hits for 5. Okay. Ishi, your turn.
I scrabble my way up on here and then stabinate this crocodilian with a rapier.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, shit.
Get wrecked, crocodile!
Correct. Recadile.
Before I roll any more dice, Adam, sunlight.
Yes, let's roll. The reason I'm rolling, like if you were in the jungle, I wouldn't roll. I would just be like cover,
Yeah,
but you're out by the
on
river and there's no
riverbank,
trees.
So.
Okay, so yes, so there is sunlight.
So there is,
unfortunately.
but that's fine because pack tactics gives me a normal roll.
So it's
not
just your normal roll, yeah.
Not disadvantage. I got a
Which
normal
means you
roll.
still got a
That
crit.
means I've still got my crit. So 18 damage to this crocodile as I stab it directly through the side with a rapier.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, you kill it. Totally.
Sweet.
So one of the crocodiles that was biting you just gets a rapier in the head and then blood and it slumps down into the mud.
I got you. Don't worry.
Stab.
Okay.
And that's it.
Little
Right,
fox.
now that I've got both my hands free, I go into a rage and smash this other crocodile.
Okay.
That one right there. It's gonna get mauled.
Now you have disadvantage because you're being.
I crit.
Okay. Well, do you have
Or-
advantage from another source?
Rage.
Oh,
No, rage
I
doesn't
forgot
give
to
advantage on
say,
attacks.
I wanted to use my thing, but I'll just no. So I hit it with a 24.
Mhm,
So it's
yep.
not a crit. So I deal it a very piddling
9
7
damage.
plus 2, 9 damage.
Right. Yeah. Because it wasn't a crit.
Because I should have used my reckless attack, but I didn't. Because they already have advantage on me, so it would make sense. But I didn't.
Yeah. So you just can't get leverage because the thing is shaking you. It's trying to roll you over and break your neck.
Yeah, and I don't want to crush my own foot, so I'm like punching at it. And
Yeah.
there's lots of shouting and thrashing and water splashing everywhere.
Okay. So the I think this is when the other crocodiles are going to emerge. Let's see if they can
Yes.
get within range. This crocodile, the top one, swims over, pops out of the water, and Azaka like starts back like, oh shit, a crocodile, and then it clumps down on the corpse of the other one and starts like drags it out into the water and like pulls it underwater, and there's like blood as it just eats its because I mean, free meat, right? It doesn't have to fight for it.
Yeah.
But the other 2 crocodiles are still going to try to kill Little Fox. So the newly appeared crocodile bites at you, Little Fox, with advantage. So it hits you for 7. And then the one that already has you is like shaking and biting you,
Yep.
and hits for another 5. Okay, so you got two crocodile grabs.
Yep.
Curse these crocodillos.
And I
I remember when Rock was young. Arcturus, it's your turn.
I tell Little Fox to cover her ears. And then I'm going to cast Shatter in the water. It's 10-foot radius, so it should just get the crocodiles and just these two. I don't think there's any way I can get the third one.
Okay, let me grab a token.
Oh god, and there would be this massive like water spout.
Yeah,
as
boom!
But
They all fly
the
up in
thing
the air.
is I'm also using my Channel Divinity, so that means that it does full damage.
Max damage.
They have to do a Constitution save.
Oh my god, I not to derail the situation, but I was just going through. I went to get a token and I found one of these amazing kobolds.
Oh my god. So it's doing 24 damage.
I'm gonna make you a shatter token.
Look at that whip and then the dagger.
good.
So good.
I like how stocky it is.
I would love to have a game in Roll20 where we just used like cartoony shit for the whole thing. I think it'd be really fun. An 8-bit adventure or whatever.
I still
so
think this
it's a blast, right? And what's like a thunder attack?
Yeah.
Yes,
What's
it's
the
thunder
radius?
damage. The range is a 10-foot radius. And I was casting it like from the water. Basically, I'm like pulling this like loud ringing thunderous noise like out of the basically like I take the sound of the rapids of the water and I just like imbibe it with actual like magical power and
smash the shit out
Okay.
of these crocodiles.
So that's 10 feet, right? It's 2 squares, like 4. It's 4 by 4.
basically I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it should hit both the crocodiles and not.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
But basically I'm just like,
All right, so same thing. I'm gonna on this token. I'm gonna make it a token you can control.
Okay.
Blue Jay, and then I will copy it and I'll put it on. I'll put it on our tokens page. So whenever you need to cast it, I can just go grab it, and copy
Okay.
and paste it in. Okay, so how much damage does it?
They have to do a save. It will do 24 damage.
Wow. Okay, and
Yeah.
this is a
Constitution
con
save.
Okay, here we go. So this is the top croc.
Nope.
Not the top croc anymore.
Nope.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's what happens. It's like a mortar goes off. It's like someone somewhere far away, you just like launches an explosive and then boom, and there's water and sand and rocks and plants just fly everywhere. Everyone's ears are like ringing. And yeah, chunks of crocodile flesh just rain down along with dirt and plants, and water gets splashed everywhere.
That was fucking awesome.
Is that what you say? You like turn to Arcturus?
Yeah, definitely.
Like no one can
fucking
hear what
awesome!
she says.
Yeah.
It's just like ringing.
Right, yeah, we get this like "Ee!" and we see the camera's all blurry, and yeah, little Ishi's like waving, and Little Fox, you can't hear anything, your head's like ringing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to jump in the river and murder this other croc. So
All right. So Izaka, yeah, I think she's just like staggered. She doesn't know what to do. Ishi, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Um,
I just feel like I'm done. All right. Okay. Little Fox.
yeah, I like look around for crocodiles and then I see like thrashing and blood in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And she just takes like 2 steps and leaps into the water,
Are you
down
sure?
into it, and is just gonna like find the crocodile, give it a big hug, and crush
is
it.
this a reckless attack?
This is a reckless attack.
Okay.
I like how you're like, oh no, we're not done with you yet. And so you run across the blasted landscape, right? This huge
Yeah, like maybe the river hasn't like fully gotten back into this like crater.
and you just jump off the edge of the crater into the water.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So with advantage,
Yeah, you hit.
22. I deal unto this crocodile 12 damage.
Okay, great. Well, the crocodile is going to fight you for its life. So it lets go of the meat it was trying to tear apart and tries to bite you. And it gets you for 12 damage.
Great. So I take 6 damage.
And now you're restrained. Now it's gonna like if it moves you, you're gonna get like you're gonna start drowning. Basically, you're gonna be swimming, and it's very hard to fight while you're swimming. That kind of thing. Arcturus, speaking of swimming,
It's fine. I got you.
All right,
I like this was in the morning. Yeah.
yes, it's early in the day. Yep.
Okay, then I'm just gonna crossbow.
Okay. It has like pretty significant cover from the water, like against missile attacks, because it's not.
Okay,
it's not
then,
on the
then
surface.
I won't crossbow. I will get into the water because I don't mind being in the water. I have a swimming speed, so I will, get up on it and stab at it.
Like a mighty dolphin, you just leap into. Would you say you're attacking him with a great porpoise?
Yes,
Go ahead.
definitely.
She's certainly not forking around with that trident.
I am forking.
All right.
I don't. No.
No. Okay. So you leap into the water, try to stab it with your trident, and to no effect. Azaka does not know what to do. She looks at you, Ishi, like she's got like her ears are serving, so she's like, I'll watch Malik, and like looks at the body and like kind of staggers over to him.
Yeah,
It's your turn, Ishi. What are you gonna do?
it's you do the crossbow.
All right, so it has basically the highest
Does it have-
available cover. Yeah,
does it have enough cover for-
3/4 cover.
For that one.
Yes, yeah, you miss. So you
Okay.
you fire into the water, and we get that like underwater shot of the crossbow quarrel going into the water, and then just
it, like,
floating.
stops.
Well, it's also because she is squinting, right? Like,
Yeah. Okay, Little Fox, you are restrained and grappled and being thrashed around in the water.
Does it take an action to get out of that?
It does, yeah, but it's only
Okay,
DC
then
12.
I'll just reckless attack it,
Okay.
which gets me back to a standard attack because I have disadvantage.
Yes. Yeah, you have advantage because of rage and disadvantage because of the crocodile.
Yeah, my reckless attack and the thing.
Oh, well, no, so it's not an attack to get free. It's an action. So you make
No,
an
no,
athletics.
I'm not
You're not
getting-
going to do it?
I'm attacking.
You just like fuck it and hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
With a 15,
Yeah, 15 sufficient.
great, and I hit it for 12 damage.
All right, it's very dead. So up above Ishi, you see more blood in the water and it's all churning, and then the white belly of a crocodile as it floats to the surface and kind of like drifts away a little bit.
Yeah, that's the other one that this one was trying to eat. The one that Little Fox is punching is still down there. But her-
Just driving it into the mud.
I like
Yeah.
watch you like repeatedly punch this thing, and I've got like my trident out, and I like slowly like back onto the shore, and I'm like, she'll come back.
Yeah, like it's horrific. There's just like gore and blood. Like the river runs red for a bit, and she comes out of it, and like bloody water spewing off of her.
Is streaming off of
Just,
her.
like, walks back to shore, like sulking, goes like sits and crosses her arm. Like she looks like a little kid, except she's 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then I like look over at like Azaka and Ishi like on the shore, and I was just like, sorry about the. It's
Ishi-
not as loud underwater.
She's already gone over to sulking Little Fox and being like,
You okay? You want to talk about it? It's okay. They attacked us first, technically. So, you know.
Yeah, and she's just
it's
like
their fault.
miserable and wet and covered in blood and gore and stuff. And
I think,
she's-
yeah, I mean, I think at this point, you look down, and as the rage subsides, you start to feel like there's a crocodile tooth that like broke off in your
Oh, yeah.
leg. Like you just see it
Numerous.
sticking out of your leg, and so you have to yank it out.
Yeah, so she's like picking at them, and yeah.
she's just like patting your arm, your big arm, and being like all conciliatory, but like in her way that is just like kind of
Cute.
annoying.
Yeah, I like it. That's good. Do you have inspiration, Ishi, right now?
Me? No.
You and Little Fox should both take it.
Yay.
Okay, cool. Well, there's no more encounters for the day, so you'll get.
So oh wait, it doesn't matter. I would cure your leg before we go off on a walking spree because that would hurt to be injured all day. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
We
We're
can
gonna-
have a little bit of,
Like-
for show, you heal me. That's nice
Sure.
of you.
Yeah. Okay. So let me figure out how much you get from these croco beasts. Crocodiles are fun. I personally like them better when they're summoned by lizardmen shaman.
I hate you.
But
Yeah,
they're
that's a pretty cool thing. That's pretty cool.
They're still good. Okay,
Yeah,
so
well, they're
everybody gets
summoned by
80,
lizard men,
80
they're cute.
experience. So here was the thing. If that had gone a little bit differently, one of the crocodiles was definitely going to grab Malik's body and drag Malik into the water, and you'd have to go save him. But yeah, good stuff.
So rude, Adam.
So rude, I know. Well, I mean, you're just carrying around this like helpless piece of meat.
I get my backpack back.
All right. So let's take you back to the map, and we will continue to explore. I wonder if you guys can get back today. Let's find out.
Almost.
Ah, you're real close. If like 50 miles can be considered close. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's close on this map, which is well over 1,000 miles big.
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
the jungle continent of Chult is enormous.
So
530 miles. So just gave it a look.
So go ahead and do whatever your end of day stuff is. So Arcturus, if you're... Oh, also, everyone who was just in the river needs to make a Constitution save.
Damn it.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't go in the river. Sweet.
7.
Oh, 7, eh, Arcturus?
I get a 13.
7, is it?
Can I wait? I can't use guidance for.
No, that's bless.
That would be bless.
Let me look up.
There's a spell called Resistance, but you have to have cast it beforehand. So yeah.
All right. So
Am I sick?
I believe that you are, yes.
Mm.
You may have become ill, and not in the cool way like you want. You're the bad kind of ill.
So ill.
Yeah, you're not illin, you're just ill. Okay, so let's see. Sometime after the battle, all right, about 6 hours later. So like early evening, a little before you go to rest. Arcturus, you find yourself like hard of like short of breath. So you're like you have to take really deep breaths, and I don't know who would notice this. Who's the person that notices Arcturus like heaving to try to breathe?
Do I notice because he falls behind? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Arcturus, how do you respond to this? So you notice that you're like short of breath and having a hard time breathing.
I feel like Arcturus like complained about the heat and stuff before, but we've been like traveling for long enough that he's probably stopped complaining quite so much, and being short of breath makes complaining a little bit hard. So I feel like, yeah, it's like he brings out his trident and starts like using it to like help him walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we'll like slow down and like put his hand on a tree for a second and like just like, yeah, so it's definitely like falling behind.
Okay.
Sort of like not being able to like keep up the conversation with Ishii that he normally does. And
Yeah, that's true. You're probably a lot quieter than usual.
yeah.
So maybe it's me that notices, because I'd be
If you stop talking long enough to notice that no one's responding to you.
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think you're like yammering away to Azaka, so Azaka doesn't notice.
No.
Little Fox, yeah, you're the one that notices that Arcturus has sort of fallen behind.
Yeah, she like turns back to look, and like because she'll like stop and let people catch up, and then kind of go ahead. And so yeah.
Arcturus,
Arcturus is struggling.
you have a level of exhaustion.
Okay, what does that mean? I've never had exhaustion before.
I've never been exhausted before. You have disadvantage on all your ability checks.
Okay.
Not attack rolls, not saving throws, but like skill checks, that kind
Skill
of stuff.
checks. Okay.
From shortness of breath.
Okay, so
Is this
when
a
I camp for
disease?
the night-
Yeah.
I can prepare a spell to help me with this when we camp for the night.
Yeah, I think Little
I
Fox
can-
is going to try to do a medicine check as well to help
Okay. Sure.
make some nice jungle tea or something.
Well, so first you need to diagnose what the problem is. So you want to make a medicine check to give Arcturus a look over?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
One disease. Yeah, I can end the disease. I can prepare it.
Okay. So
If I know that I'm diseased.
yeah,
I
well,
don't-
let's one thing at a time.
Yeah, so
make that
Little
medicine
Fox is gonna
check.
Try to figure out what it is.
So do you like stop me and just like what do you You come back. You notice that I'm falling behind. You come back to like.
And I just kind of like hustle you along, but when we sit down to camp is when I actually like check you out, because there's no point in like stopping everything to.
And I'm not like sweating, but my like skin scales look like paler than usual.
Yeah,
and like
color is all weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she like sits you down and gives you a once over, like looks down your throat.
So when you look down Arcturus's throat, right, there's the like last rays of sunlight. You can see that there are these tiny little like things that have attached themselves to the inside of Arcturus's throat. And the skin and tissue around them is all swollen because they're sucking your blood, but they're doing it from the inside of your esophagus, which is closing up your breathing tubes.
Mm-hmm.
So when you try to breathe,
is considered a disease?
It is considered a disease, yeah.
So I can cure it with
There are
lesser
little tiny black leeches all on the inside of. Oh god, that'd be so gross.
It would be really gross.
Ugh.
I'm gonna try to find some herbs in the jungle.
You don't have to. I have lesser restoration.
Well, so that's Little Fox. What do you? Are you like you see it and you're like and you like go to get ready to go and fix it, or?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Little Fox is just like.
Hold on. Wait, is she sick? Is it contagious?
Do I have any opportunity to like medicine my damn self?
You can stop me, but yeah, like Little Fox like looks down your throat, frowns, just says leeches, and then like lets go of your head.
No,
and is like turns to walk into the jungle.
Little Fox. Is Tishy
stops and turns back.
Is Tishy I got this. It's fine. And yeah, when I'm preparing my spells, I'll just switch one out for lesser restoration and cast it on myself.
And yeah, Little Fox like is willing to trust you, but she leans in very close and very quietly, just so only you can hear, says, "If you're dying in the morning, I'll make the tea." And then like goes and sits somewhere else and eats her rations.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm just I'll not prepare spiritual weapon for tonight. I'll prepare lesser restoration. And
Okay,
then,
so you sleep, which means you need to make another. You need to make another check.
I can do that.
Oops, I'm looking at the regular diseases, not the special Chilton diseases.
Yeah,
it's a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. I hope I don't die.
Okay. All right. So it doesn't get worse.
Okay. And then in the morning.
Actually, you know what? Sleeping recovers. You recover it.
I'm fine.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the order in which these things happen, you prepare lesser restoration, you sleep, your body rejects, you wake up nauseous, like you wake up feeling really sick, and then the first thing you do is you turn over and throw up a bunch of tiny dead leeches.
Gross. Okay. Well, I don't have to cast it, but I don't have.
Tried to reproduce in your esophagus. And they weren't successful, and so then they all died, and then you puke them back out.
So yeah, you just like barf up these tiny little leeches into a puddle of water next to you.
That's disgusting.
But you feel a little better after you like hurl them up.
And like Little Fox is already awake and hears this, turns, looks at you, and just says, "No tea then." Goes back to whatever she was.
Because that would have been what the tea would have done, right? Is like kill them with heat.
Yeah, exactly, like hot water.
Yeah, make them go into your stomach, and then you barf them back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like look down at them, and I'm like,
a couple of them are still like wriggling around. They're little tiny teeth trying to like find something to chew on.
And I say, in the primordial plane, we have some of these that are 15 feet long. Disgusting. Don't want to run into those.
Gross.
And let's end right there. That's perfect. the reaction shot of Ishii like gross. Bam. End credits. Nice work, everybody. All right, so we've only got a couple of minutes before the next stream is going to take over for us. So let's do some shout outs right quick, and we will be on our merry way. Let's start with Arcturus, aka Blue Jay. You finally got throat leeches. Where can people find you when you're not here suffocating in the horrible air overworld?
You can find me on twitch.tv/bluejay most of the week. You can find me doing a bunch of stuff like playing Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I do creative streams like a coloring book. I read aloud. I'm going to be doing a Romeo and Juliet Choose Your Own Adventure book reading stream soon. So that'll be really rad. I've got a makeup stream really recently on my VODs that we did for Halloween, and that was fun. I play Burning Wheel with these folks and Dave on Thursdays on twitch.tv/Roll20 app. And then starting this Monday, I will be playing in a Divinity Original Sin 2 Game Master Mode RPG starting at 8 a.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/Roll4it, the number 4.
Excellent. Thank you, Blue Jay. Little Fox, aka Andrew.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Comedian Crow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual. Also tonight, in like 2 hours, I think, I'm going to be on twitch.tv/Acegiac, ACEGIAK, playing Girl by Moonlight, which is a game that I designed, or I'm in the process of designing.
Yeah, Girl by Moonlight's awesome. Ishi Snaggletooth.
Yes, hello. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me on Twitter at Distracted Elf or on Twitch at twitch.tv/Distracted Elf, where I do strategy game stuff and RPG stuff, and that's pretty much it. So come by.
Awesome. Thank you, Elf. I have been your Dungeon Master, Adam Coble. You can find me at home, Twitter, Skinny Ghost, twitch.tv/Adam Coble, or at Roll20 app or ItMeJP weekly running Dungeons and Dragons, The Burning Wheel, and Fate. So give everybody a follow. And if you missed any of today's episode or you want to catch up on back episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. All the links are down below in the overlay. Stick around because in about 4 minutes, it'll be the start of the 2017 D&D Extra Life charity live stream. The very first game session is going to be streamed live from Gamehole Con in Madison, Wisconsin. Shout outs to Madison, Wisconsin. And it's GM'd by Mike Merles, who you might know as one of the designers of Dungeons and Dragons, and an awesome dude. The game is called The Machineries of Death. That's going to be from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock Pacific time tonight on this channel right here. And then as soon as that is done, the Misclicks, who you may know and follow already, are going to be taken over from 9 o'clock to 11:30 Pacific tonight. So lots more stuff on this channel, plenty of other cool D&D stuff going on. You can find out more info about the event or how to donate at extralife.wizards.com. You can find us, as always, at roll20.net and play your own damn games of Dungeons and Dragons if you like what you saw today. So that's it for us. We will be back next week with more Tomb and maybe some Annihilation. See you then. Bye, everybody.